All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. Sorry, I was sort of late. I had to restart my machine. You know when you get those times, the machine just says, not feeling it.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. My main machine where I do my trading, not the VMix one, is starting to give hints of it's coming, buddy, right? Sometimes it turns on, I get this white screen with some letters saying hit F1. I never got that before. I'm starting to get it almost every single morning. So it's starting to give hints of it's time for an upgrade. So we'll see. We'll see. Surviving for now.
Right.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy, what is today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Peter, let's get to our U.S. economic calendar and see what we have going on for today.
Yeah, well,
I thought, Peter, you were shutting down. I'm like, is Peter shutting down with the U.S. government? Did we send Peter a letter saying, hey, you're on furlough? I was concerned for a second. Then I see you come on. I'm like, uh-oh.
Well, no, I mean, I guess being Canadian, we're not even remotely affected by that. But yeah, it's well, I mean, that's a good point. So as of midnight, we do have a furlough of a lot of U.S. agencies, and that is affecting quite a number of people. Whether you need those services or you're one of the ones delivering it, then you have a surprise vacation, whether you want it or not. I've got a chart up here that explains, an image anyways, that explains who's furloughed. It looks like if you want a small business loan from the government, you're out of luck. If you want to visit a national park or service, no going today. But here we go. Let's see. Oh, well, speaking, because we're on the economic data, all economic data collection and reporting is pretty much closed. Oh, so we'll see how long this goes. It may mean that we get less information on which we can manage the markets here. But I said, as we said yesterday, largely the U.S. markets, sort of operate unobstructed by this shutdown. It's not a big impact on the U.S. stock exchange and sort of how things are moving, but it's worth keeping an eye on because it does have an impact, and it's disruptive in any ways to the economy overall. So. That being said, as we take a look at the economic calendar, only a few numbers to let you know about. And being that I had to reboot my machine, I didn't actually get the final number. We did have the non-farm payroll come out, and non-farm employment. This was an interesting one because we saw a number that we don't normally see. It was expected to be 52,000 in terms of non-farm employment. Apparently, it was a contraction of negative 32,000. So I've never seen a negative in that number, at least that I can remember. So I'm not sure how to read that. The market didn't seem to really react, so a little surprised by that. Right at 8:15, we did get a market dip, but it recovered very quickly. So that's and I shouldn't say that actually. In July, we did have a negative number as well. So yeah, so there was another one recently. In fact, that's the only one. I'm going back now several years here. Those are the only two times that we've had negative numbers since April of 2023. So, in any event, market largely says, okay, whatever, I guess. Apparently, it's moving on. We do have the manufacturing PMI coming out at 9:45, construction spending and ISM manufacturing at 10. That's about it. That's all for today. At 1 o'clock, we do have the Atlanta GDP Now number, but I stopped putting that on because I thought maybe it might have some market impact, especially around the rate announcement times, but it didn't really. So it's not something worth watching. Speaking of rate announcements, the next rate announcement is expected to come out, when is it? Later this month. I think it's the end of the month on the 29th, if I remember. Just trying to call it up here. Yes, 29th of October. So we've got a while before we have another rate announcement where almost everybody is expecting a cut. In fact, the numbers just changed this morning. We're now every single analyst is expecting a cut. The debate is just whether it's a quarter point or a half point. Pretty much everybody thinks it'll be a quarter point. But again, we've got 4 weeks before we have to worry about that. Yeah, that's it. And sorry if I sound a little funny. I'm really stuffed up this morning. Allergies are just
Hmm.
stuffing my head up. So,
Yeah, yeah, I could hear it. Hopefully
whatever.
not too bad, man. Um,
Yeah.
all right, friends, let's get to it. Let's go right to tradingterminal.com, which gets better and better every single day. Today, right with this morning, right now, we're going to focus on our watch list, where we have a ton of stuff happening. LIC, we know this ticker from their government investment. I think yesterday well, we known about it for a while, but I guess yesterday something happened. These guys are up 34%. If you guys remember, the government looking to invest in LAC. So let's take a look at that. And again, beautiful, beautiful pop here this morning. As you can see here, we're up 34%, 20 million shares traded. Look at the daily, see how well that's been trading. Peter, latest and greatest on LAC. And it's not the LA
This has been on
Clippers.
that. This was on our list. When was it? Last week or was it the week before? I can't remember. Maybe. Well, I guess last
I
week,
think it was
based
last week, yeah.
on the daily chart. It looks like there's just, as we continue to speculate as to whether the U.S. government will take a stake in it, because there's some details coming out saying that the government's pretty serious about that, and it looks like they will take a stake in the stock. I look, I mean, again, I don't have a stake in this, but it's fascinating to watch as the U.S. government, the capitalist center of the world, supposedly has its government now buying into private enterprise. So, okay, but I mean, it's a beneficial for the company in the short term when whenever you have a major inventor, especially one that can help influence policy for you and would have a stake in influencing policy for you, which is what makes it's so strange. But at an event, apparently they are looking to take advantage of some potential investment. It's not the first time, by the way, LAC has been in deep with the politicians, I'll say. So we can't sort of just say, well, this is a whole Trump thing. I mean, they with the Biden administration, they provided a 2.3 billion loan, $2.3 billion loan to LAC a little while ago. So you have to assume that, if the government takes a stake, they'll get some favorable terms on that previous loan that presumably they still have to
Yeah.
pay back in its entirety. Maybe. Anyways, but we'll see what happens in the short term. LAC may become tradable opportunity on the news that they're going to have some new friends in government.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It did trade very well the first time the initial news happened. Now, Peter, I did see that it's not the whole 10% that they agreed to. It's like 4% they're doing now or 5%. So I wonder, if we popped up on this on the 10%, right, that they were going to put in, if they're putting 5, why shouldn't this be like
Uh,
flat? I mean, I don't
yeah,
understand.
I think that again, this is the buy the sizzle thing, right? Right, or buy
Mm,
the rumor, sell
mm-hmm.
the news.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter if people are feeling more certain that there'll be any stake. The percentage is a little bit irrelevant as long as it's below 50%, I suppose. Because again, it's more about what would the government then do to protect that investment, right? So we assume that Lithium Americas would put itself in a great position should they need, let's say, regulatory changes to open or
Yeah.
manage a new mine, or they're looking for beneficial markets. They've got an immediate customer, or at least support to get new customers. So the advantages are huge, irrespective of the size of the stake.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. We'll be on the list today, friends. It should trade very, very well. It is already with tons of volume this morning. Let's hop on over to the next one. We'll look at the top four. Again, a lot of stuff in the green and giving other shutdown news is happening. So again, it's just, I guess it really comes down to how long it's going to last, right?
Yeah.
It's only a day, and they're already
Well,
voting this morning to see if some people are turning over to agree to do it. So
the
let's see what happens.
we were talking about this yesterday. I think members had given us a chart that showed the last shutdowns, and it looks like they were absolutely right. The last government shutdown. Apparently, there have been 18 in history. The last one happened in 2018, 2019, because it happened right in December at the end of the year.
Yeah,
But I felt like there was a lot more build up to that one, right? It felt like we were talking about it a lot before. There was a much big, like it felt like a bigger event, anyways, than this. That
yeah,
shutdown, however, lasted 35 days, if I got those stats right. So,
yeah.
so who knows? This one could be 3 days or it could be 30 days. We'll have to see. I mean, it doesn't. Well, I'm not sure. There was two opposing bills that were put forward to be voted on to approve it, and of course, the sides, the parties could not come to agreement. So I don't know. We'll have to see what it's going to take for them to get to some agreement on the funding to get the government back to work.
Yeah, and I think the last one was 35 days, and it was the longest in U.S. history. So let's see how it does this time around. I doubt it. I think it's gonna be very short lived, especially if it starts affecting the market. No, the party at hand now, they like looking at the SPY. They like the SPY to go northeast, and if it starts going something different, you're gonna see things get fixed really really quickly. All right, RZLV, we are up here 22%, 17 million shares traded at the moment. I don't know what this is. This is Resolve AI. It has AI in the name, so might have nothing to do with AI, but it has it on there. Peter, I'm not sure what's going on here. These guys are up quite a bit. 79 shares on the float. What's the latest and greatest?
They raised their guidance quite significantly. As they say, they are well ahead of forecasts. And previously, they had estimated that on the year they would make, what the heck is ARR? I don't know what this ARR. Anyways, apparently they were. They said that they were going to make a minimum of 150 million ARR exit rate. What the heck? Anyways, if everybody knows what that is, I don't know what that means. But anyways, they've changed that guidance to 500 million. So from 150 million to 500 million on whatever this ARR is. I have to look this up because I'm not familiar with the term annual rate of return. I mean that sounds reasonable, but your current go forward run rate. Okay. Annual recurring revenue. Annual recurring revenue. There you go. Okay. So quite a significant change if they believe that they can go from, again, a previous forecast of 150 of recurring revenue to 500 million, obviously. Now, these are still relatively modest numbers, right? Like you don't need many deals to get that when you're, doing the big heavy metal infrastructure needed for AI type deals. But it's good news for them, and I'm sort of surprised to see them up, only a modest 22% with that type of news. It just feels like a big change in their futures guidance. So, well, it might be worth keeping an eye on this one, Carlos. We got two already that could be interesting. This is a UK based company. I don't know whether that's important or not, but they are traded on the Nasdaq, so that's good. Yeah, I mean it looks good. 17 million shares. It
Yeah,
looks good.
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna put it on. Let's put on the primary. I was gonna say let's put on the secondary, but you know what? They got the numbers. They're looking good. They got the news. Why not? Let's put on the primary, and let's see how things look a little bit further down the line. Heading over to tradingterminal.com, we can find what's happening here on our list. Next is going to be EPSM this morning. Wow, some wild action today. Started around 11:20 is the low of the pre-market session here, as high as 23.68, and then right back down to 13. So again, so some man is going on here, and even on the daily, look at the daily. Is this real? Is this factual here? Open up at 26 all the way to, we need to fact check this thing, 155. I mean, just wow. I don't remember seeing this on our scanners and whatever, but yeah, insane action there. Scary stuff. What's the float on this? Of course, 2.6. Very, very low, Peter. Yeah, just danger. Just see red flags everywhere.
Yeah, that day, so the day after, so that happened on the September 9th, you can see on the chart. September 10th, The company issued a statement saying, "Hey, we, Epsium, a leading importer and wholesaler of premium alcoholic beverages in Macau." Nothing suspicious going on there. We don't know what caused the unusual activity and had nothing to do with it. So it was one of those where like, I don't know, it wasn't us, man. So it was a PYA type messaging. And we may see another one if it's on the run today. So I don't know. I mean, I I don't see any news. There's no news, no coverage for this thing. This is looks like an alcoholic beverage company out of the U.S., but they import to Macau. So I don't know, Carla. Whatever's going on with this, it feels just strange. And look at the pre-market price action, as you point out. If you look at a 5-minute chart, early this morning, this thing popped up from roughly where it had closed to $19 and then all the way back to $13 and then up to $24 and then all the way back to $12. And I mean, like, geez, like, super high risk. If you like the risk, yeah, then this may be your stock. But yeah, Carlos and I not touching this with a flaming garbage truck. You're on mute if you're talking, Carlos.
Oh, yep, I am. I am talking actually. No for that. And the next one on here is TWG is next on deck. Top Wealth Group. Top Wealth Group up 16.2, 419,000 shares traded. Some action this morning. Float on this thing is 26 million, so a little bit higher than what we saw just now, but hard to borrow. Again, it's just not something I would typically watch for my strategy. So I don't see this being on my list, Peter. But they're making some noise this morning.
Are they? I mean, yeah, they're making some noise, but it's like a little child with a pot in the kitchen. This is a food distribution company out of Hong Kong called Top Wealth Group. They've got a $4 million market cap that made negative $260,000 last year and have a float of 320,000 shares. I don't know. They issued last night some unaudited, or overnight, some unaudited financial numbers that said they hit first half revenue of 4.2 million and first half net profits of 2.4 million, which represents actually a decrease of about 5.6%. So why are they gapping up? I don't know. Their revenue went down and they only made 4 million of it. I mean, Andrew's got better stats than that. So
That's true, actually. That's yeah.
it is.
That's
So anyways.
yeah. TWG, you got to figure it out. You get to hire Andrew to help you with your finances there. All right, let's take a look here. ASTS. Let's see what's happening here. This is ASTS Space Mobile, right? So we talked about this one before. Today they're up 7.2, 615,000 shares traded. So the daily here, we see a lot of action. It actually has traded well in the past. We had it in our list a couple of times. You could tell by the previous levels I had here. So I'm going to remove those now. But Peter, nice move yesterday evening after hours. Got going pretty nice here from 48 all the way to, we'll call it 56, and then back down to 52 now. So maybe one that can be active today.
ASTS Space Mobile basically issued a statement. Well, they made a social media platform statement on X last night to say that they are expected to have 45 to 60 Bluebird satellites in orbit by the end of 2026, which is an increase over their previous estimate. And yeah, they said production is going well, and they're going to be shipping their next completed assembly to India for launch on October the 12th. So they're launching they're launching some out of India, they're launching some out of Cape Canaveral, both in October, by the way. So they've got they plan to do 1 to 2 launches every single month between now and the end of next year. So it's I guess we're Carlos about to have viable space mobile services
Hmm.
for for all of us, no matter where you travel in the world.
There you go. It's nice. We need to get like an echo effect to get that done properly.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we'll set that up. Put it on top of the list as priority here. UPXI is next, and then from here we're gonna hop around a little bit because I do want to get to some of the bigger names like Nike, who's on this list today, and some other ones towards the bottom here. We have Mara. We have some of the coins doing well today. I saw Coin Base this morning doing pretty good. And so yeah, we'll see what's happening there. All right, UPXI at the moment we're up 6.2, 514,000. A float on this one is 52, so not a low flow stock, lower price. Daily doesn't look all that great. They don't seem to get a whole lot of volume. I mean, this is right. The last, yes, pretty low volume for the most part. Daily doesn't look all that attractive. I'm gonna skip on this, Peter. But do you have anything to share on it?
Sometimes I know I'm old fashioned and a grumpy old man, but sometimes it's hard to take these things seriously. So, Upexi, I guess is how you say the name of this company, which is a company focused on a treasury program, a Solana treasury, welcomes Saul Big Brain. You can find Saul Big Brain on Twitter on X at SOL Big Brain. That's their name. Not even a name. They don't even have a human name. They say they're welcoming Saul Big Brain to their advisory committee to help direct their Solana investment strategy. And thus the stock pops up. I like 10 years ago, if I saw this headline, I'd be like, this is a joke. You can't take this seriously. This is ridiculous. However, uh, I mean, Chief Executive Officer Alan Marshall of Upexi stated, as Big Brains Holdings' fearless frontman, Saul Big Brain has become synonymous with Solana itself. Having Saul Big Brain and Big Brain Holdings in our corner opens the door to transformative opportunities across the Solana ecosystem and beyond. How do you take this stuff seriously, man? Anyways, all right, that's the
Yeah,
news.
yeah. All right, there it is. I don't like it. Doesn't look good at all. All right, Pierre, let's hop around a little bit here. We'll start with Nike. Obviously, some big news for them, and they're headlining a lot of the news stories today on stocks. Let's go there, and then we'll go to kind of Bitcoin. See some action there as well.
Yeah, Nike had earnings after the close yesterday, and they've talked about in previous quarters their big turnaround plan, and their big turnaround was sort of needed after they ran into trouble. If you remember when they had some of their major distributors like Foot Locker had some financial troubles and stocks were down. Their inventory was increasing. They embarked on this turnaround plan, and now they're sort of announcing it seems to be working. Anyways, they did beat their numbers in quarter and have stated it's all due to their brilliant turnaround plan, which is having positive results on their ability to hit their forecast and increase Nike sales. So, you know what? I mean, I'll have to take their word on that. It's been it hasn't been that tough of a market for retailers, so it could be just they're sort of rising with the tide. But the stock is getting a little bit of a boost this morning. It is not one of my favorite stocks to trade, so this would be a buyer beware. It's a maybe on the list. It is a New York Stock Exchange traded stock, which means you've got to be a little cautious with it. I like the fact that it's gapping up 4%. That's a relatively big move for Nike on any given day. So it's in play today more than any other day. Still, probably not one of my top go-tos. I might, depending on what else we get, I might put it on the list, Carlos, just to keep an eye on it. I have enjoyed trading it in the past. It's one where it's a penny by penny trader. You really, you're not expecting, $2 moves. You're expecting 40 or 50-cent moves, right? Normally. But we'll see. I mean, it could give us a little range. What's the ATR on Nike? It's on our list, so it's got to be over. It's got to be a couple of bucks, I would think. Well, the ATR is a buck 63, so
Yeah.
if you get a dollar on this, you should be extremely happy with Nike. So, well, we'll
Yeah,
have to see.
I agree. I'm gonna add it to my list today too. I think this is good news for them, and again, just hope they can trade well. Right? Many times we look at this and it's just so choppy on the intraday action. But let's see if today with this news we can get something rocking here. They do sit on the New York Stock Exchange, and a lot of these clothing type companies, right? Macy's, Nike. I mean, Foot Locker. They just don't trade very well. Whatever happened to Foot Locker? Didn't they get bought out by someone?
Uh,
What's the news? Was it Nike buying them, I believe, or merging with them?
no. They did
Yeah,
stop
I
trading.
thought they
I
did
can't remember.
something.
They were bought by a private company or so, or were they bought? I can't remember. But yes, they were bought out by somebody.
I
For the
thought it
life of me,
was
I can't
Nike,
remember
but
who.
yeah, I can't remember. I know they were, yeah, but when this was in play, also another one that traded pretty
Oh, Dick's
crappy.
Sporting Goods. There you go.
Oh,
Thank you,
Dicks. Okay,
everybody.
good for
Remember
them.
that?
Good
Yes.
move. Good move for them.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
nice. All right. Let's see here. No, Google. I mean, YouTube. Don't block that. It's okay to say dicks. Let's not get out of control now. All right. Let's see here. It's blocking people that are answering the question we put on there. It's blocking it as a filter. It's not that serious. Like I said,
Well,
you want to show, you want to show this.
yeah.
It is so. The YouTube thing is so sensitive. By the way, like if you put anything, politics, it'll block it. Like it's very good at picking up like, okay, this is either negative or too left, too right, and it'll block it right away. So it's very good at doing that. But yet again, I get 20,000 messages of scams on X. You can't block that. You
Yeah.
can't read that part, right? So it's like when it's convenient to you, you're able to do it, but when it's not, you just let it rock. It just doesn't make any sense. Like,
I know.
and it's just stupidity. But again, that's just me and
I
my rant here.
Yeah. It's amazing to me. Anyways, the scams out there are just so I was thinking just the other day about how over the weekend I was thinking about how much the world has changed and we've become necessarily jaded on everything. You can't trust anything. Like last week I had an actual call from a bank. And I'm like, I was thinking it was a scam till I realized it was the bank where we were setting up new accounts with one of the charities and they were
Yeah.
trying to enable my account, but I didn't return the calls because I thought it was a scam and I delayed our whole corporate process. Like you can't trust anything nowadays. But as you said, Carlos, it's they block things when it's convenient. Like the telephone companies, they could block a lot of these calls. I mean,
Yeah.
when it comes to you and it says probably spam, like, well then why are you even letting the call through? Just I
Yeah.
don't want to talk
Well,
to you.
you could block it. There is a way to do that where they sends it directly to voicemail if it's probably spam. So there's a setting to do that. The problem is, maybe my wife were thinking about doing it, but you got the kids that got in school. You want to pick up every call, so
But
it's I
it's
don't want a
it's amazing to me
call.
like
Hmm.
it's amazing to me even things that you might want to like I try and stay balanced in my news perspective and I'm not balanced. I'll admit that I have perspectives, but for instance one of the X channels that I follow, or at least that I didn't advertently, but I haven't tried to figure out how to unfollow it because the MAGA voice channel is one that comes up all the time for me on X. I don't know why, but it does. But to me, it's just like I watch this thing and it's like every day, there are three or four messages that come up on under that channel that said, "Holy crap, President Trump stuns the nation by," and then there's some ridiculous statement after that. Like every day, it starts the exact same way. Holy crap, President Trump stuns the nation by, and I'm reading this, I'm going like, I don't. It's if you're an avid follower and you're thinking every one of these things is true, I'm like, what? I don't. No wonder people are so confused about what to believe, right? Like it's ridiculous the stuff that's coming out now, and it doesn't really matter what side you're on. You can't trust any of the news out there. It makes it really tough to figure out what's up and down and left and right in the world, you know?
Yeah.
And but
Yeah.
it is, and Zen, that's the thing. That's the problem. It happens on all sides. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. I'm not making a political statement. I'm just saying it doesn't matter what you believe, what you're following, what you're not following. The news is the same. It's maybe worded differently, but there's just so much misinformation out there and just fake stuff, right? Like it's impossible to
Yeah,
know
you
what
know
to
what?
trade.
It's funny. I don't follow that account neither, and I get the alerts too. And I think
Yeah,
part of it is because if you click on the account and you go to followers, a lot of you guys follow that one. So since a lot of you
sure.
guys follow
Yeah,
it, it assumes that, hey, Carlos knows such and such and such and such. Oh, that's Brian. Brian and not Jerome Powell and all these other ones. then you might like this too, and then boom, you get tagged in. So there's a lot of people that
Well,
I know
and then
that follow it. So yeah, I think that's part of it too.
totally non-politics.
Mm-hmm.
Totally non-politics. You go to the other side. My wife was looking over my shoulder, last night we were just watching a show and I was scrolling on my phone or whatever, and she looked over my shoulder and said, "What are you looking at?" and it was like an AI. Have your AI personal assistant do whatever. Like the whole ad. I said, "Well, read it. Look what's happening." But of course, it was like some scantily clad AI generated woman person, right? That was trying to sell me AI stuff, which I seem to get a lot of those too. So I said, "Well, that's." She's, "Oh yeah, yeah, I ignore those." But she says she gets them too, and she ignores them. But she was very concerned when she was seeing it on my phone, wondering what I was looking at. And I'm like, "Hey man, like I'm
Yeah.
just minding my own business over here."
And for
So,
sure, they must pay. All right, they must pay to get ahead because for you not to even follow them, they're probably doing some. When you post something, gives you the option to like boost this thing. They must be doing that. They
yeah.
have to be doing that to get all that kind of attention. All right.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
find it fascinating. I'm like, it's not even a real human. Like, what are you
Yeah.
worried
Yeah.
about? Anyways.
Agreed. All right, first, so we were looking at
Uh,
Nike. We are going to have Nike on the list. As a SPY, kind of recovering here. Started a little bit weak this morning. Did sell off last night a little
your
bit.
gappers list is all messed up there.
Oh yeah, because I'm switching something else, but I'm supposed to be here. But yeah, so it's moving higher a little bit from the pre-market low sessions here. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, Nike, I'm adding down to the list. What else, Peter? Let's go to the gap up. We see Coin. Coin is on here. I see Mara. I see some other Bitcoin stuff. What's going on there? And are you going to be watching any of these today?
To the latter question, probably not. They're up today because coin or Bitcoin prices actually have gone up for the first time in a couple of days here. Overnight, they actually went from below 110,000, where they'd been languishing, back up to 116,000. So a good rise, which is going to bring a lot of these Bitcoin, based companies higher. And we've got, let's see, Ethereum is up a little bit overnight as well. Solana is another one we've heard a lot about recently, and Solana is, well, it's up less, but still up. So yeah, like it's Bitcoin has gone up overnight. So
Yep.
yippee! But
All
I,
right.
I'm not going to watch. If there's on the only periphery stock in this sector that I think we should watch, Carlos, is one we've been talking about now the last couple of days, is Hood. Hood's been
Yeah.
on a 2 day tear here. It's
Just
been moving.
insane. Mm-hmm.
Certainly gave some good opportunity at the open again yesterday, like it did on Monday. So it sort of went sideways for the rest of the day. Not a great all day trader, but yeah, it probably is worth if you like sort of things that have opening range moves. Hood's been giving you the goods.
It sure has. So I see what you did there. Hood and good. Yeah, very nice, Peter.
Yeah,
I like what you're
I'm a
doing, man.
poet and didn't even know it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, so that's your gap up list. There's some other stuff on here as well that you can look at. I mean, it's a lot of coin stuff today, so I might look at coin actually. I was just looking at it now. It's another one that on the pre-market looks pretty decent. We're up 2.2, little bit higher price, but it can move though. So though it has a higher price, and if you have a limited buying power, you can still take very little shares on this and get a $2 move, right? I'm gonna be manually putting in my shares if I take a trade on this one because it can move a lot. So we're not gonna risk a boatload of money, but I do like the pre-market this morning. It looks pretty good. Daily looks like it wants to break out. So I think this is another one
The
that I'll take a look at today, Peter.
Yeah, Coin does have a little bit of news too. Remember they were in talks with the SEC to have these blockchain based stocks that they're going to try and trade stocks. So instead of like having, remember there was a big push to have crypto traded like a stock on exchanges. Now they're saying, well, let's try the other way, and they are saying, well, let's trade stocks like crypto. So they'll basically give these offerings on the crypto platforms that you can now trade sort of these stock derivatives. And the SEC has been scratching their head about what the heck do I how do we do that?
Yep.
Anyway, so the SEC says that they may not completely block the plans, and there may be an opportunity for that to happen, which would benefit Coinbase because basically Coinbase could now become more like Robinhood, right? So, anyways,
Yep.
it's it's fascinating. It's eventually
Sure
these
is.
things will merge, right? But right now, anyways, I'm still, a little skeptical about a lot of these platforms and your ability to
Yep.
effectively trade and get your money at the other end. So,
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Friends over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. We tried to get to 700 yesterday. It was very, very tough, but we did very well. We got 550 likes, but it starts early, right? If you're able to hit the likes early before you walk away from your computer, it helps society ton. So please do that small gesture for us. I don't know what this is. Peter is a real knee slapper. I don't know what that means. I have to Google that to see what kind of term this
what?
is, but you know what it means? I don't know what I really don't know what it means. And
Funny. When you laugh and you
oh,
slap.
so oh, knee slapper. See?
A knee slapper.
Okay,
It's
okay,
an
I got
old
it.
school term.
So why in the heck in the world would this was blocked? I had to unblock it. YouTube blocked
Oh,
this for some reason.
oh,
What is wrong
really?
with that? Is that yeah, it did. I had to unblock it. So
Does it mean something else? Is there
that
like
now I'm
some
saying
sort
there's
of
just a hidden meaning that we don't know. Does it mean like,
maybe?
hey, oh man, that's pretty bad?
Oh,
I'm always concerned with saying
I don't
something
know.
really racist, right? Like, because I don't know all the terminology, I don't know the back end. I'm like, I don't want to say something that comes off racist. Like, that's I got to be careful, or
Yeah.
insults a culture, right?
Whoa.
Because I don't know all the terminology. I might think something's very innocent. I might say something like, Carlos, back in 1949, this happened. I'm like, sorry, man, I had no idea. So I had no clue, man. It's just a
Yeah.
joke. But
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
So yeah, and be careful. This is this is the world we live in. But yeah, now we know knee slapper. Oh, thank you, Peter. I had no idea. All right. I just didn't think it through properly. Let's take a look at the gap down friends as we build our list here. ENTA. So ENTA. Take a look here. ENTA. ENTA. Oh no, daily looks crazy here, guys. $7 up to 15, back down to 12, now down to 10. So we definitely been on a tear both up and down. This is a pharmaceutical company, which did you hear the news? There are actually some tickers gapping up like PFE, where I think the government is trying to approve for them to sell direct to patients, which obviously cuts out the middleman. I think that's a great idea. Cut out the middleman, make this stuff cheaper. We're paying way too much when it comes to drugs. But yeah, it's a whole different story. But this one is actually on the way down this morning, Peter. Gapping down 16%. It looks messy. The float on it is 20 million shares float. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to have this one on deck.
No. Secondary offering is the news. They're issuing another 6.5 million shares at $10 a share, and look where the price is, right? So that this often happens where it goes down to the offering price. 6.5 million shares is significant, being that they only have about a 20 million share float right now. So this would be another significant portion to dilute the current shares, which is why the price is there, not tradable.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you guys didn't believe me. Some people they're testing me. They're trying to find out if it's true. I'm telling you, look, knee slapper hidden. I got his show. Another one here, David knee slapper. I got it.
Uh,
Is that a bad thing? I'm gonna have to Google that. It might be a
Apparently, in the
second
UK,
meaning.
it means something different.
Oh, it does. Okay, see,
Yeah.
we were offending
That's
the
like
UK people.
my big example of that is always like we have a company here called Roots, and Roots, makes clothing, and it's very, it's a good Canadian company, and they actually sponsored when they had the Australian Summer Olympics. Roots got the contract to do all the uniforms, right, and make all the Canadian. Anyways, Australians thought that was hilarious because in Australia you would say you would barrack for a team. Here we'd say you'd root for your team. But apparently in Australia, to say to root for a team would mean you'd have sex for your team. To root is like to have sex. So, anyways, so yes, very, very different meaning. And so of course, they thought it was hilarious when all the Canadian athletes walked in with roots written on their shirts. Uh, yeah. So, yeah, depending where you are in the world, got to be careful about that slang, right? Can mean something different. I love the stories where they have like car companies where they've produced a car and the car name doesn't translate in some jurisdictions, and they have a car that's basically translate to be like stupid or lazy or ineffective or whatever, and they didn't mean it. They just were trying to call their cars whatever name, and yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of British, if you live in British, I have I have Andrew's new book available in Europe countries, right? If I give you a code for the US, it won't work. But maybe we can give a giveaway later, not now, later, for our British friends. I think if you're in Europe, this code will work for you because Amazon restricts the geographical area. But only put in hashtag BBT later if you live in British, because the code I'm going to give you is not going to work if you're in the US or even in Canada. It only works out there.
Uh,
So yeah, so I have a bunch of those for the new book. I had a ton. So maybe we'll do five of those. But again, you got to be just do it if you're in British, because if you win, then you take the opportunity for somebody else, and the code is not going to work for you unless you do some kind of VPN stuff where you can get around and say, hey, you live here. When you don't,
oh, there
IPA
you go.
stuff. You could do that, but you didn't hear from me. All right,
People are
let's
giving
jump.
lots of examples of the Chevy Nova. My dad had a Chevy Nova actually at one point, but I guess yeah, it didn't sell well in Spanish countries because Nova, that means not no go, does not go
Oh,
in Spanish.
yeah, it does mean that.
There you go.
No, wow,
So
yeah,
naming your car a Nova, probably not a good idea in
yeah,
Spanish speaking countries.
yeah.
So there you go. Anyways.
Here's one ticker that I love to watch. I have not traded it, but Reddit. Reddit is a great ticker given their IPO and how far they have come here. I'm just amazed on how much movement they have on this daily since they IPO'd a couple of a year or two back. Today they got some action, Peter, down 9%, almost 8% here. 1.8 million shares traded. Was down even lower, down to all the way down to 198. What's the news, man? And is it possible to trade this today?
Look, there's OpenAI is rumored to be releasing some short form video platform where you can generate and then share short form videos, presumably all AI generated. And I've they've been talking about this a lot, right? Where you can then create videos that, Meta is working on a similar type platform. Anyways, these types of things would be competitors for some of the existing platforms like Reddit. The concern is that Reddit seems to have been very quiet on their advancement of technology and is falling behind. So as a platform, there's just some concern. It seems that it may be dropping back. So
Hmm.
I don't know how serious this is going to be. It is down almost 8% on
Yeah, it's down
uh,
quite a bit. Um,
yeah, 9 million shares. Again, it doesn't really matter if it's true or not. It matters if the news is going to propel it lower. So it actually doesn't look bad this morning. The price action looks good. It is a New York Stock Exchange stock, which means you're going to get lowered volume pre-market compared to, the bigger moves you can often see on NASDAQ stocks. So might be worth watching, Carlos. Yeah, good point out here.
yeah,
Looks
yeah.
decent.
Ebenezer saying the spread could be big. Yeah, I've seen the spread be pretty bad, but not as bad as Oklo. Have you guys seen Oklo? This can have a really nasty spread, so not as bad as this one here. I'm gonna add in the secondary. We'll see what comes out of that one this morning, and
Yeah,
yeah, I
let's
think it
watch
looks
fake
looks
videos.
great today.
Isn't every video fake nowadays? I
I
don't.
don't
It's hard to
trust
find
anything.
real
If I get
video.
a sometimes, Peter, if I get a call from a bank and I don't
Yeah.
trust it, I'm like, okay, that's the you need to confirm that. I'll call you back, and I hang up on them and I call the 800
Yeah.
number. Make sure I'm actually reaching the person I need to
It,
reach. It's
I mean,
gotten that bad.
there's so much fake stuff out there. It's tough to know, what's real. I find I just assume that everything is fake now. Like I've been inundated so much with all of these investment videos, right? And I don't know if they do this in the States, Carlos, but I get these all the time where they're like, it's a fake. So CBC News would be our major national news broadcaster, and it's a CBC News report where they interview the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister has just endorsed this thing where every Canadian can make up to $6,000 a month, and all you have to do is, and of course, then the scam. But they have like the deep fake with the Prime Minister being interviewed by a CBC reporter and talking about this government program that guarantees all Canadians, whatever their number is, right? $1 million a day, $1,000 a week, whatever. And it's like it's just I know they're fake, but they're really well done. I
They're
gotta give
really
them
well
credit.
done.
So,
Yeah,
but
you
there's
got
so
these
many of them
content.
out there. You just like it's tough to
Yeah,
know.
gotta be careful. You got these content creators that they do the Trump, Obama, and Hillary. They do the jokes, all three of them. If you are not looking at it and you don't know it's fake, if you're just hearing it, you would think it's real.
Yeah.
It sounds exactly like this. So you just got to be careful. Mind one of these things reaching out to you and sounding like your daughter, saying, "Hey, dad, any money for this for college? Send it over here." Blah 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 blah. I mean, just be careful, guys. All right, Peter. That just covers our gap up and gap down. We didn't come out with a blockbuster list, but I do got a few here. Oops, sorry. I do have a few here that I do like. Obviously, I'm going to add probably Tesla, which has been very, very active. Nvidia was also great yesterday. We can see that's going to continue. But let's go to you, man. Anything else you'd like here that you're going to have on deck?
Well, the markets are mostly gapping down today. Both the Qs and the SPY are gapping down about 0.4%. Pretty much everything I watch is gapping down. Apple seems to be a little bit of an exception. It's gapping higher. It's not up a lot, but it's up a little bit compared to everything else. But I'm as usual going to stick to the same old Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR. Some good go-tos to watch. Tesla and Nvidia probably the better of the two. I might keep an eye on Apple just because it's moving the opposite direction and it's shown some moves. I still have trouble trusting Apple at the open, but I've been wrong a number of times as it has sort of made good moves. We are in the first day of October, so welcome to October,
Yeah,
everybody. And
big month.
who knows? That I think that might give some good volume and price action here into the markets. At least I'm hoping so. So yeah, watch your favorites, whatever they may be, right? Whether you like other semiconductors, whether you like other of the Magnificent Seven, or whether you watch stuff different that's all together. We could have big varied lists today as people pick their favorite stock to watch.
Yep, absolutely, friends. All right, let's get to it. Let's head over to trading, not tradingterminal.com. You could head over to tradingterminal.com, take a look at the Atlas, take a look at the scanners, and a bunch of other tools there. But what I want to take you now is to bearbootraders.com, where you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks by clicking on webinars. Today is Wednesday, so Peter will let you know what's happening on this beautiful day.
Wisdom Wednesday, it is, which means that we're going to be focusing on psychology and how to improve your mind. Starting with Dr. Vanessa Charlin, as always, who's in the webinar room at noon talking futures. Again, as an expert trader and a clinical psychologist, she's got the goods and understands how to apply it to trading. Does it herself for herself every day and loves to help others in the community. So I love that. We've had her live at some of our conferences. She's obviously been live on YouTube as well as in the chat room for months now and provides excellent advice and support. So if you're a member, an elite member, you can join her at noon, or she may act. I don't know. Is she with Thor on YouTube today? I'm not sure, but she may be as
Yes,
well.
Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesdays. Yep.
Wednesday. So there you go. Double dose. And then tonight we have our signature webinar, which happens at 8 p.m. That's with Dr. Kenneth Reed, who's going to talk about how you can create a standard operating procedure to manage your psychology. And that's good. Standard operating procedure is just a common term used for rules that you should follow every time. And that's a good thing, right? To be able to calm yourself and manage your psychology. It's very valuable. So his webinar should be an interesting one tonight at 8 o'clock in the webinar room. So those are the two sessions that we've got going on today. If you want to join us, as always, I remind you, go to the Bearable Trading website, scroll down till you find the different offers. You can join using an intro, which is just a 1 week access, or go all the way up to the Elite Annual, which is always your best deal. So, pay attention to the one you want, pick the one that's right for you, and hopefully we'll see you in the chat room sometime soon. All right, Carlos, it's level time. And then I'll get mods, get your lists in.
Yeah, let's do it, friends. All right, let's start here with my list. I'm looking at BFE, giving all these pharma news, and Mara as well. Me and Melanie were talking about that in chat. Some things to look out for. LAC is the first one on deck here. Again, very, very active, and we know this thing with the government backing could be nice this morning. So I do have it on my list. 817 is the high of the pre-market. The low is down at 740. And again, pretty after the move up in the pre-market, right? I'm sorry, last night got to move up, and it's just been kind of stuck within this area. So this could be nice because we can provide a good breakout or even a good short opportunity. Although we don't have much inventory for short, only 600,000. That's not a whole lot, but hopefully there can be some there for us as the market bell rings here. Towards the bottom, we do have we don't have great levels given. It's only like 4 days up here, right? So we'll mark a couple. We'll mark 7:15, which is the opening of this day, and then we'll mark the opening of this day here. down at 679. It's the best we have. There's not really a whole lot of levels up here since we really should start to get going on this one. And then towards the top, well, we're just going to look at it weekly, going to pick off something just in case we get going. But I'm not too concerned on the levels on this one because I'm going to be looking really for whole dollar numbers and really a scalp type play, more of a price action move. 892 is the next thing I see again. The $9 mark might be actually more important than that 892. All right, let's take a look at the next one. It's going to be RZLV. First time we're watching this one, but it looks good this morning. Has kind of stalled from what it was doing earlier today, but let's see if that can pick up steam again. 641 is the high of the pre-market. The low is just above the previous day close at 510. And once you go to the left, you got a couple of levels towards the top. You want to mark down 674, and you also have 708. This one has great news today, so we'll see if that can amount to anything when this bell rings. So let's see, kind of pausing right now for the most part in the pre-market session. Nike with earnings today, they look great though. They're pre-market, they're daily. Nice little pop here as they try to reinvent themselves, focusing on basketball and baseball. I forgot two sports they're focusing heavily on, and that seems to be paying them out. 73.43 is the high of the pre-market. The low is 71.65. So once you do that, you're pretty set there as far as highs and lows. There is a level in between here. It's going to be 72.39. You can see in the pre-market session, if you look at your 5-minute, you can see it's a bunch of levels there that are being touched on that 72.39. So you want to have that there as well. A level towards the top, just in case we decide to push higher, 74.36. And then one towards the bottom in case we do drop that pre-market low, 70.80. Once you do that, you're pretty set on this one. Again, hoping that it can trade well. My experience on it has been rather on the choppier side more than anything. Hopefully that can change today given their good earnings report here. 142.44 is the high of the pre-market on Hood, and the low is down to 140. Again, this has just been blockbuster, guys. I mean, just look at this. 125, 135, 135, almost 143, close to 145. I mean, it's just been rocking here. And this is obviously all-time highs. It's just amazing. This thing was at $20 in April. Just wow. So $20 in April, sitting at 141 today, and no signs of it slowing down, Peter. It's just awesome.
Nope.
All right, that's our list. Peter, let us know what our team is watching this morning.
Yeah, our mods. I'm going to start with our 2 live mods who will be trading with you. Brian is going to be looking at NVIDIA, Tesla, PLTR, and Mara. Andrew is going to be watching Nike, Reddit, and SOLT. This is an ETF, a tracking stock, a 2-time leveraged tracking stock for Solana. So that's an interesting one that I guess he feels that there might be some opportunity for Solana prices. I don't know how that's going to trade, but we'll let him let us know if it moves. All right, and others, Paris, who's always active, is going to be watching Nike, Reddit, NVIDIA, Tesla, of course, and LAC. Phil's got Nike, Coin, CLSK, CRWV. We didn't talk about CoreWeave today, but did make some good moves yesterday. Amazon, Tesla, and Apple. I've got the stuff that I mentioned, Nike, Reddit, LAC on my list, as well as the usuals in Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, and PLTR. Gary's got Coin and Reddit on his list, and Eamon, might be watching Rivian for a potential long. Up top here, the very first to get their list in was Brendan, who's going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, and Nike, and Jared, who will be watching Reddit, Coin, and he's going to watch the gold prices just to see if gold tops out. We'll see. People waiting for gold prices to top out for a while now, and man, gold has just been crazy, crazy, just in terms of its price appreciation. But in any event,
rocking.
So there you go. That's what our mods are watching. Whatever you've got on your list, right? Trade smart. We've got a good day, hopefully. I'm feeling positive about today. I think today is going to give us a good opportunity for profit. So let's be patient and wait for the right trade opportunity.
Absolutely. Friends on chat, take care. We'll see you guys a little bit later as Andrew and Brian hop in and trade live with you guys. And we're going to continue here in chat, my friends, on YouTube.
Yes, we will.
Just going to switch everything over. And we'll get going.
Oh, like 5-minute alarm.
All right.
Good. That means it's time to switch over. So get my live trading platform up and running. Here we go. Oof. It's cold in here again today.
All right, here we go. Very good, very good. Um, all right.
Like Andrew. Andrew's in the office there in Vancouver, and it is dark.
Yeah, even here, man, it's starting to. I wake up at 5:30, and it doesn't. It takes forever. To feel like it takes forever for the sun to come out. And it's starting to slowly get to the dark hours. All right, just setting up my platform here, guys. We got our 1 minute. We got our 5. I'm gonna put my watch list here. Gotta organize it and what gonna end up watching. I did add Mara to the secondary. It's just there's a lot going on there. Let's see if anything can come out good. RZLV and Nike. Coin, Reddick, and Mara. Wow, no POTR, no Tesla for me. You know what? I have room. 1, 2, 3. I only have 4 tickers. I have room for something else here. What do we have? Yeah, I got room. Let's. What are we thinking? Tesla or Nvidia or both?
I don't know. Nike, Reddit. Oh, LAC. That's the other one I might want to just watch to
Yeah,
see what it does.
nice little
Wow,
pop. Yeah,
Nike's moving higher. Hmm.
POTR. OSAM says both. Yeah, I think both. I don't want to add too many. I want to be really focused in today on these. So I'm thinking Nvidia, Tesla secondary. Let's do that. Let's do that. And what's the one we traded yesterday? The crazy high flying one. Was it Oak? It was not Oklo. It was
Yesterday?
how quickly we
Uh,
forget.
let's
We
see.
all
I'm
jumped in on
trying to
this
see if
thing.
I have it on my list here. What were we watching yesterday?
Trade
I'm
it,
sure
set
our
it, and
people will
forget
remember.
it. CoreWeave. Yes, it was CoreWeave.
Was it CoreWeave?
Yeah, yeah, it was. We
Or I
we
mean
took
Core.
a yeah, we took a
Oh, that
1 minute
we actually
RD.
traded. Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
one we
yeah,
actually
yeah,
traded. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Looks messy today though.
Yeah, it
It
does.
doesn't look that exciting this morning. All right, no CoreWeave. All right, 2 minutes to the market
I
open,
was thinking the
friends.
other
Let's.
one. What was the other? A
Mhm.
Wolf. Wolf was the one that
You traded
yesterday.
Wolf.
No, I didn't trade it, but it was the one that how it restructured. They went bankrupt and then came out of bankruptcy, and then suddenly the stock went from $2 to like 20, and then from 20 to 30
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. And anyways, yeah, it was a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
Um. So funny, man. So I was I was filling out me and my wife were redoing we're adding on to our insurance, life insurance. And I was filling out the form. Usually my
okay.
wife does all of this, but this one I had to fill it out myself, so it's okay. And as I'm filling out myself, like, do you plan to do the following in the next 12 months? Rock climbing, skydiving, all these things. And all I thought about, Andrew will be screwed if he's trying to do this. Like all the things that Andrew does were there. I'm like, the first came to mind, how does he get life insurance? Like they're not gonna cover him, or the premium is gonna be extremely high.
I think he's probably self-insured at this point. I mean,
I would
like
think
what
so.
type of like he doesn't have dependents to need a policy for, and he's got
Oh
enough cash
man,
in the bank that, like what would he get? A
yeah,
$1 million policy? What does he care? $1 million is
yeah,
nothing. So,
yeah. That's
like
true.
he's
That's true.
so what is he going to get? Like a $50 million policy? Well, why? Yeah, I doubt he'd want to pay
Yeah,
the
yeah,
premium on that. So I'm willing to bet he probably doesn't.
yeah.
But
You
anyways,
can't. It's just madness, madness. All right, friends. 30,
yeah,
25 seconds here to get rocking and
yeah.
rolling.
I don't. I'm
Wolf.
not sure what to watch at the open. I don't have a particular trade set up here. LEC is down below the VWAP. Nike is the only one that potentially, if we get a pullback, but it's an easy stock, so you got to be careful with this one. So, anyways, we'll see what happens here in 2, 1. All right, there's the
All
bell.
right, here we go. Oh, Sam. Yeah, I did not see that. Did not see that on the list. I would have said no either way, though.
So we are getting volume right away here on Nike. So 1.2
Ooh,
million shares at the open.
LEC. Aggressive, friends. Aggressive on LEC. All right, we're gonna be patient here. Again, the only thing I trade before 3 minutes of the market open is the 1 minute engulfing. We got one yesterday. Doesn't happen a lot, so I don't expect to get one today, but we'll be on the lookout. See what takes place here. So, and even that requires you to at least wait 2 minutes, right? So
Yeah.
we're just searching to see where the setup is. Here's 1 minute. Here's hood. Let's see what hood does. Hood is a little messy. Oh, ooh, that's trading so bad. I'm not looking at this anymore. That hood is so bad right now. You gotta let that thing settle down. Yeah, it's like the candle's just appearing everywhere. Like, no, 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 we can't trade that. No, we need some good price actions here. Oh, I see Nvidia. Nvidia's doing some stuff. Man, that could be a good play above VWAP. But it gotta be careful with the wicks here. I'm not sure about it. See, hood is just like, is it just me, guys? Or I need to reset my platform. It's just like the line is not moving. The candle's popping up everywhere. Is anybody else getting the same thing over on YouTube? Are you guys seeing that, Peter?
Looks normal to me.
It does. Look at this.
Yeah.
This wick just appeared down here. Like,
Uh, yeah. Well, no, I saw the price down there. The price
oh, you
actually,
did? Okay, so let
I
me. You know
did.
what? Let me restart.
Yeah,
Sometimes this happens because I'm putting all kinds of levels and switching charts so much. Let me reopen my platform, see if that changes things,
wow.
because it's not what I saw or I'm seeing.
So I had this fallen angel view on Nike. I was watching it to see if it was going to hit a level and then pop back up, but it doesn't look like it wants to pop. So I don't, it looks
Mm.
like that trade setup is broken. It's hanging out below the VWAP here, and I don't know what it's going to do. So
Ooh, Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Some people are short in Tesla. Mohammed, you're short Tesla, short PLTR.
yeah.
Nice. If you got in,
I don't know. The
good
the
here.
market is pushing aggressively higher here, so it's tough to.
Mm.
I don't like. I mean, yes, the Tesla looks weak and could be short, but it's going against the market, which is concerning.
Yeah,
And look at Nvidia. Nvidia's just overlapping candles. It's rare to
that's
see Nvidia doing so
that's nice
little.
for a possible breakout, man. 5 minute ORB up or down because it's right at the VWAP. You're gonna get a good risk to reward when you're right at the VWAP like this. So this could be very, very good. For up or down. We don't know yet, so you gotta see how these 5 minute ends. But that can be nice. And this, yeah, that could be a good breakout, man. That could be a nice breakout on Nvidia. So let's see. I like Tesla for a pullback here and a rejection of the VWAP, and I'll go short with the aim of the law of the pre-market as our first target, right? Stop above 443.50. So let's see here. So here's we're getting a little rejection. We're coming up almost on the 5 minute. We'll have to anticipate the 5 minute RB here. Patience, 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 friends. RCLV, what did it end up doing? It was moving wild. Back above the VWAP. Had a huge drop here. It's looking rather bullish there. All right. All right, I'm looking for Tesla 5 minute ORB breakdown, but you're right, Peter. I don't like the fact the SPY is pushing higher, but the setup looks good. Plus, the selling pressure, the rejection from the previous day close could be nice too. Right, 5 minute coming up here. Oh, it's going the other way. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's going the other way. No, don't like it. Don't like it. If we come back down below the VWAP, we were definitely gonna jump in, but it's looking rather strong. 5 minute engulfing now on Tesla on the way up. Just another very strong pattern, friends. Above the VWAP here.
Yeah.
It's a strong, strong pattern. This thing might want to go green. Damn it, Andrew got in before me. Oh, not if I get in. And I am gonna get in. Not if I get in. He's gonna be like,
Yeah.
I got the better entry, or he got it
Yeah,
first. Uh, oh boy, oh boy.
yeah,
But
don't let Andrew influence
you
you.
don't.
You
No,
take
no,
your
no, no,
trade.
no. We're taking my trade, but I like it here for long, man. Here's the pullback. I like the way we push through that. I like the engulfing pattern on it. Yeah, I like it long, friends. So I'm gonna go long Tesla here, guys. I think it looks. What's going on? Oh, okay, there we go. Didn't have the monster selected. So long Tesla. I think it wants to go green. It got a nice engulfing pattern on the 5 minute as well. That looks beautiful. And here it is. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Take a
I went
partial
long with
here.
you here,
There you
Carlos, on
go, Peter.
Tesla.
I go, you go, you go, I go. Yes, baby. That's right.
Well,
Not always.
I did try a trade on Nike that didn't work out, so
Oh, you
I got a
did.
loss on loss on that. I thought it would pop above VWAP and go long, and I was
Yeah.
wrong. So
All right. We want the high of the day here, but we got. Oh, yeah. This is looking really nice, friends. Really nice. Um. No, no. Don't go. Go up. Hold the previous day close. Let the buyers take over here. Oh yeah, 446 for sure. High of the premium, high of the day. Another partial there. Very good.
yeah,
We are looking very nice, friends. And to the exact same trade. He got in much earlier. The candle before we did. Just a beautiful. It's a lot happening here. So we were looking for the 5 minute RB breakdown. We didn't get the confirmation on the rejection, right? Here's your breakdown here. We didn't get it. Went back up off the VWAP. And then if you look at the 5 minute, you got this beautiful, you talked about engulfing pattern. So this is the engulfing pattern week, I think. Look at this 5 minute engulfing. That
right.
is just textbook, guys. Well, what more do you want? What more do you want from the market? I mean, this is just amazing, right? To find these opportunities, even with a government shutdown, the SPY doesn't care. It's going higher. 447. Oh man, this is very nice, very clean, very very clean. I want to be a little bit patient here because the SPY is pushing higher. I got the question yesterday. I do my boot camp meeting every week on Tuesdays with my team, and one of the questions was about, hey, do you take trades only when the SPY is going in your direction? No. Oh, well, that took a nice delay there to get filled, but the answer is no, not always. But yeah, because I hit it, I'm like, where's my triangle? And then it appeared. So the answer is no. But when you can get a trade that's going with the SPY, it kind of fuels it, man. I
Right.
think it fuels it, and it's nice. It's nice.
Do I have what happened to my
No, you
I
don't.
gotta
I
get
don't.
I gotta get my Atlas. We didn't talk about Atlas
Oh,
this
gotta.
morning
So we're
a
not used to
lot,
bringing
but
it up. Yeah.
I know.
Did you have it
But
up?
this Atlas, I've got it now. I just opened the Atlas tool, take a look and see where we got orders. 449. Yeah, we got a bunch. I heard Andrew just talking about it. So
Yeah.
449 orders sitting on Tesla. There
I
you
like
go.
that.
There you go.
Like that.
I'm taking another
Yep.
partial as we hit the
Very
449 and take
nice.
out all those orders. 450, of course, a big level. Woo, baby. This is going well. I
Look
love
at
it.
Peter.
I
Look at
know.
Peter, baby.
I
Ah,
didn't
look
get
at
as good an
that.
entry as you did, but
It's not always you hear
you
Peter saying, doing sound effects, guys. That deserves a thumbs up. Like, Peter
yeah,
does not get excited. He's calm, cool, and collected. He's got the
yeah.
radio voice.
This is
But
good.
nice, Peter. Good for you, man. Good for you. All right. Um, yeah, I'm looking at, yeah, see that 450, still a bunch of orders up there on Atlas. So let's see if it wants to do that. There's some support at 447. A lot of orders there as well. So we'll see how things go. So questions: do we count the wicks as part of the engulfing? No, no, we don't. The wicks are important. They're gonna give you some data, but the body is usually what you want to look at. So You look at this 5 minute, the body's what you're looking at, right? So kind of don't disregard them, but hey, know there's selling pressure here, know there's buying pressure here. But the fact that this buying pressure came up and took over the candle, that's the entry signal, right? That's the entry signal. So
Yep.
exactly. So now the wicks, for example, this is why I took partials here because the wicks now become an area of partial support. But so still consider them down. I'm not gonna say don't disregard them, but the engulfing is gonna be based on the body. Well, the way I trade, right? You might speak to another person that's more, trades different than we do, and they might use the wicks. But imagine waiting for the wicks to engulf. You're gonna get in here. That's dangerous. That's not a good entry. I think that's too far out, right? All right, friends. Tesla for the win today. Awesome, and we're just looking at Atlas now to see how do we manage the rest of the position here. I like the fact that we're above the previous day close. This can act as hopefully a good support and head higher if it does need to come back and bounce from there. Let's see. POTR coming to the VWAP. POTR. Let's see. How about NVIDIA? Oh, POTR is, yes, doing some stuff. POTR. Careful here. Guys, shout out to all the Lambos and garbage truck members. I see a lot of you guys joined yesterday. I really appreciate it. It's more about being part of a community, supporting the channel, helping the YouTube algorithm grow our community, right? The bigger our community is, the more stuff we can do, the more resources, the more we can work with each other. It's just awesome, and it motivates us to do more stuff. Like I did a video over the weekend on preparing for the pre-market. Andrew does all his recaps there. It really does motivate us. Do we need it? No, we don't need it. We don't need the extra work. These videos are not easy, by the way, but it motivates you to want to do something for the people that you're working with, right? So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, Tesla coming back to the previous day close here. Looking at POTR, but it didn't really give us a pullback. It's just going like this is not our VWAP strategy move here. It is really not. But it's a beautiful breakout though. So it's a beautiful breakout. Yeah, it's a shame. Shame we didn't get a pullback here. That's a great continuation. All right, I'm looking at Tesla on the screen. We're trying to bounce from the previous day close. Peter, are you adding here? If you get
I'm thinking about it. I'm actually sitting here thinking about adding. I just I don't know.
Jillian, nice, good long on POTR, my friend. Good long. That's a good stuff there. Do you only look for engulfing patterns in the early market? 3 minutes before the bell, I only look for 1 minute engulfing patterns. This was a 5 minute actually. This actually took a little bit longer. So we don't only look for engulfings. We actually were looking at Tesla for a 5 minute ORB. It turned out to be an amazing engulfing pattern as we were looking for the breakdown, right? So when if you look at the 1 minute here, got the 1 minute up. If you look at this, right, we had the nice selling pressure rejection off the previous day close. We had an amazing pullback here. Here, I was ready to go short. My hands are on the hockey. We're looking for confirmation for a 5 minute ORB breakdown. But didn't happen. We didn't get our confirmation. We didn't jump into this trade. When it set this up, I have my 5 minutes down here, and I'm like, okay, 5 minute ORB. We're also looking strong above the VWAP, and that's what made us go long, right? So it's a lot. There was a lot happening here that helped us go long. Oh man, I did not add. Did you add, Peter? You added, huh?
I did add, yeah.
Oh man, nice. I did not add because I'm here talking away.
It wasn't a great ad.
I'm gonna be quiet and drink my coffee.
I got a bad. Yeah, I got a bad fill on the ad, so I wasn't really that happy with it, which
Hmm.
put me at high risk of a just a pullback stopping me out. But hopefully now we
This
can
is
go and
going.
retest the high of day. Yeah.
This is going pretty good right now for you. See if we get the high of day. Um, yeah. What about Andrew? Did he add? Where's Andrew?
I don't know.
That looks like something he will do, but I'm not sure. Spy's getting toppy though. Look at the Spy's getting a little toppy. Hopefully Tesla can break through that. What is the time frame on our charts? I do the 1 and the 5, Peter. I think you do the same.
Yeah. I
Okay.
also have a 2 minute chart that I watch, but I exclude pre-market data. I really use it just to help me identify sort of how things relate to yesterday's price action during the market
Mm,
hours. So,
yeah.
uh,
We are getting some really clean trading the last couple of days, man. Really, really clean. Wow, I should have added here. At least here. I should have added right in this area. This was a perfect ad. Could have taken out some here at 448.50.
the book map doesn't really have a lot of orders sitting anywhere. Some are
Yeah.
building at 449. Hopefully we can get up there, but
Mm. Did you guys see that? So FINRA approved oh, there's Andrew's numbers. Andrew's just crushing it. There's our friend. Clean trading for him and one and done. Well, he might not be done, but one really clean trade here for him. FINRA approved the PDT, the bringing down the 25,000 to
the yeah,
2,500.
the
I think it is.
PDT roll. Yeah.
Yeah, they're FINRA approved. It's got to go to the SEC and some other stuff now, but it's through one hurdle. Um, so it's gonna be interesting. So now for a lot of people, day trading can become more of a reachable goal, right? Because now it's more reachable. But man, I highly recommend you learn how to trade first. You know, because some people can get motivated saying, okay, I actually have the money to day trade, right? They have 5,000, even $10,000 here in the
Right.
US. It's a good amount. Out of that 10,000, take 2,000, do some boot camp, do some training, and then learn how to trade first. Or else that 10,000 is gonna disappear pretty quickly. Gotta learn to trade. Now that the goal is a lot more reachable, right? Because taking 25 grand to day trade is a lot. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody wants to do that. We know people that have the money. They don't want to open a $60,000 account to day trade to try something, and that's actually very responsible of them. That's actually commendable, right? That they're being smart with their money. So, um, you know, all right. Can Tesla break 449.50? But yeah, highly recommend learn how to trade first. Invest the money. Trust me, you're gonna thank me later. Invest the money in your education first.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I see it as good news. No, now it's
Mm.
25,000. Big trader. It's 25K now. The PDT for U.S. Residents.
For US, yeah, US residents. We're back to where I made my ad here, so it came back down. Let's see
Yeah,
if
it's
we can get
struggling, and
another
I don't
push higher.
look. And here's what we're talking about. Look at the SPY. I'm gonna take a. I think 20% off here. I'm gonna take 20%. I'm not gonna take everything off, but I'm gonna take 20% just in case the SPY is collapsing. Did the vote come
Yeah,
out?
I know.
No. Because I remember they were voting again today, this morning, to see if any Democrats flipped over, any Republicans flipped over on the deal.
Oh yeah.
But if it came out that nobody agreed yet, then that could cause some downturn. I think they had a feeling maybe somebody woke up on the left or right side of the bed this morning. They had nightmares of of the shutdown. Maybe they changed their mind. So, all right, so I took a 20% partial here just in case, and then we'll stop out. We go red, we'll stop out. We won't wait for our break even point. We go below this previous day close. I expect the price to hold that. If it doesn't, then it could be highway to hell here. It's kind of like we talked about, right? Like if you look at the SPY selling down, Tesla
Yeah,
wants no part of this,
we're not
you
getting any
know?
big orders here on Tesla, one or the other. It feels like it was just riding out that
Yep.
market downturn. Some orders stacking here at 448, some
Mm-hmm.
even more at
Yep.
448.50. So maybe there's a chance we can get back up here.
Yeah. That's a great question. So the question is, what's our view on a PDT rule? And as this is more accessible, a lot of people will blow up. I don't think so, man. I think people are gonna. There's technology has evolved a lot from what it used to
Yeah,
be. You can trade, you can blow up by trading options, skipping the PDT rule, which some people do because, and I don't recommend that. I think you should learn equities
right.
first and then trade options. Well, what people do, and actually we got some people that actually will recommend you to do this. Hey, if you don't have $25,000, go trade options. Well, options are a little bit more tougher until you learn the basics of trading. So you could blow up that way. You can blow up by just not stopping out and taking one trade a week, by following the PDT rule. So there are more ways to blow up. I don't think this will it might increase a little bit, but I don't think it's enough of a downturn to not do it. Right? There's more negative to having this 25K limitation on people that actually want to learn and want to make this like a part-time gig. But I agree. Some people are gonna blow up because of it, but there's other ways for you to burn yourself if you're just not
Oh,
disciplined.
wow.
Why have the loan be?
I,
I
I
don't know, man. It's just kept growing. Never cut it.
I just could like to compare trading to other things that you can do, right? So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, again, I don't understand why there's such a focus on regulation of what people want to do to put their money into the market compared to, buying lottery tickets, going to a casino, betting at a racetrack, starting a small business. I mean, all of these are equally, if not more, risky than trading, and yet that's not regulated. People can put as much money as they want into that. So why control how much money people can put into the stock market? It feels
Yeah.
very artificial.
I think it was after the dot-com bubble, right? It was just so much. They had to do something, and they said, "Let's do this," because a lot of people that didn't know what they were doing got hurt because they just bought, and everything just went up, 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 up. Well, guess what? That happens now, even without the PDT rule being $2,000. You got people that get into trading and they get in during a bullish market because that's when everybody starts talking about stocks when things are all-time highs. Everything you buy turns into gold. Actually, when I came to trading, it was like that, man. Before bear traders, the market just went up, just bought and sold the next day,
Yeah,
hold overnight, hold two,
sure.
3 days. And things that went down, no problem, hold it. It'll come back up in 2 days. Next week, it was up.
Yeah, that's what we
And
joke
people do
about
that
the
now.
two finger traders, right?
Exactly.
The
You're going
old
to go from here to here. And yeah, so this is a good thing for those people that are going to be disciplined and actually learn how to trade, right? Learn how to trade. You don't got this, right? Because I thought I had it. No, you don't got this. You got to learn how to trade. You're not going to wing this. Learn how to trade and then take advantage of the opportunity to be able to trade. So with a smaller account. Wow, Tesla's struggling.
it is. Yeah,
Really, really struggling. I'm thinking
there they
of
are.
bailing on it with the rest that I have here.
The old here's the old two finger traders, right? Where are they
You got
now?
it up. Where are these people
Where are
now?
they
We got
now?
to interview. We need to
I
do a
don't know.
podcast with them. Reach out to
Yeah.
them, Peter. Reach out to them
Yeah.
and find out if they can come on the show. We need to come on the show. We'll have Dr. Vanessa do some some questioning. Oh my
Maybe
goodness.
they still are out there. I don't know. Anyways, all you have to do is buy here, sell here. It's so easy.
Yeah.
That's all we do, and we make millions.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Can you imagine making that video not thinking it was gonna go so viral, and now you're actually known for this? It's gotta suck going to the supermarket store. Hey, you're that
I
guy.
know you.
I know you, the
Yeah.
finger guy. Why you with your kids? It's the last crap you want, man. That guy should grow a beard. I'll grow a beard real quick. Forget that. Oh
You
man.
know what? I always wonder about people that go viral when they're young and then, I mean, we're still in the early days of this, but then live to regret it. Like, do you think,
Oh
like,
yeah.
10 years from now, Hawk Tuah girl is gonna like totally regret?
Hmm.
Or is she gonna be like, hey, is she just gonna own it? I don't know.
Yeah. Has anybody ever recognized you publicly? Well, Peter got recognized in his gym one time. He walked in like, "Hey, you're that guy
I
from Paper
did.
Traders."
Uh,
I've been
I did,
recognized at
yeah.
the airport twice, but in it obviously we were having an event, so we were all flying in around the same time. So people just saw me like, "Oh, Carlos," but not just randomly like walking around in Disney or something. No, no, we're not that big, nowhere near. All right, I am going to. Man, I want to bail, but I feel like we got. Oh, spy's moving higher. Okay, that's good. Maybe the spy can help us
Yeah. Come on,
turn things
Spy. Good
around.
jump higher. Come on. Take Tesla
Turn
with you.
things
I didn't.
around.
I should have taken a partial the second time it went and tested was over 448, but I didn't. So
Yeah.
we'll see if I get stopped out. I hope not, but I
Yep.
hope not. But the good news is that even my new average with the ad is below the VWAP, but not that far below. So
Yep.
we'll have to see.
Oh, I like
I'm
this.
still I'm
I
still
like.
hanging on here. I'm just
Yeah.
hanging in.
Yeah. I
Might
think we
as
gotta
well.
wait. We shouldn't get stopped out until this thing goes under the previous day close. Like we should hold this to whatever time it takes. We got a good entry. Nvidia, messy hood. Um, hood. Oh, hood
Well, with
is
my ad brings my break even to above the previous day close, unfortunately. So yeah, you've
Oh
got
yeah, yeah.
you've got ability to hold a little longer than I do. So
All right, so let's hope this thing really takes off. Then LAC did drop, trying to do a turnaround here, trying to get to the view app.
yeah.
Let's look at coin. Ooh, coin is nasty. That is nasty, nasty. Reddit, same thing. Not much going on. Beautiful pre. This thing traded better in the pre-market than it did at the market open.
Oh,
Is
we're going below VWAP now, so that's not good.
oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me go. That's the
Yeah, there you go.
Tesla.
I just
Yeah,
got stuffed out, so
I'm gonna bail on this too.
that's too bad. I
Uh,
was sitting nice with with the partial when it went over 448. I got a little greedy. Was looking for a
yeah.
move higher. I should have taken part off, frankly,
Mm-hmm.
but well. Hey, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hold to the previous day close here,
Later,
see if there's
Ardell.
any hope
Arnold.
there.
Arnold.
Nice, nice, nice. Glad you had a green day. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let's see here. Aki's ready to bail on Tesla. Let's see if we can stay green. See if we can stay green. Big candle coming up now. Oh, the weakness is too strong. Oh, it's the spy's fault. We gotta blame someone. We're gonna blame the spy. It's your fault for dropping Tesla like this. But we can't complain. We had a great pop here. We just didn't get above 449, but this was a good move. Mm. What is Atlas? Atlas is our order book. It's a visualization of our order book. So you can take a look at it here. So here it is. So you can see what the bids are at. So right now, this is the current price action on Tesla. And you can see where some of the orders are being stacked. Right, we're kind of looking heavy towards the bottom here, though. So we'll see.
Yeah. There's not
Oh,
a lot of. It's tough to tell what it's
flipping,
going to do here.
flipping. Yeah, it can go either way. There's no major um levels right now. Like we saw in Nvidia yesterday. Remember yesterday that was wild, right? We got a lot of questions yesterday about Atlas and the price, right? So trade this is part of Trade Terminal. It is right now $59 a month. And no, you don't have to like pay for data. Like you don't have to go in and add Atlas and add this and add that. You know, Andrew hates that. He likes all in, right? So you pay your 59, you get access to everything, right? So he hates this adding on tactics that these companies do. You know who's great at doing these things? Apple. Apple does this thing, man. They're just their marketing is their genius. So there's different tablets, right? There's a pro tablet, Peter, and there's the regular entry level tablet, which I got for my daughter. I got her the entry level tablet. Got her for her birthday in August. I have an Apple Pencil. Well, I want to give her my Apple Pencil, which is a pro Apple Pencil. Guess what? That doesn't work with
Right.
that tablet. I gotta go buy the $79. It's cheaper. It's like $80. It's not 150. I gotta go buy the cheaper one for that tablet. So the way they figure it out is that hey, you buy the entry level tablet, we know you're not gonna pay the 150 for the pro pen, so we're gonna make a special pen just that works in this tablet, so you could pay the $80. Why not make the $80 pencil work on all the tablets? You see what I'm saying? So they got this pricing
Right.
thing, man. They're freaking genius, man, and they'll get you. They will get you. It's unbelievable. And this is why they're so profitable. This is why they're so profitable. It's just they are just a monster. They're a monster when it comes to this marketing stuff. And you see it in everything they do. Their boxes, their website, everything is how can we take more money out of your pockets? And it works. It works. So if we ever start a company, Peter, we're gonna hire the people from Apple to come do our marketing and pricing structure. Oh my goodness. Uh, a sleazy way of
So
doing things, but yeah.
I was watching Tesla sort of hold above the previous day close, and I have to
Go
admit,
back in.
I jumped back in, and I gotta
Good
see,
job, Peter.
I'm aggressively moved my stop to break even now, but I
Good
didn't see
job.
any orders on either side of this order book, so I thought, you know what? I mean, might as well get back in. It's pretty much, well, not quite the same price where I got out at, and I just want to see what can we get another push back to the high of day?
Yeah. Or Premiere, yeah, it's definitely sleazy. There's no question about it. But it is genius because I'm guarantee you that if you talk to a lot of Apple people that buy product, they have no idea of this setup the way they do it, right? And they do it with everything they do. Um, why they have two different tablets or 10 different tablets? Well, because if you go in, they're looking for the basic one. Oh, this one's a little bit bigger, a little bit higher with the price. Oh, but this one is here. And the next thing you know, you come in for this one, you end up leaving with this one just because the way their system is set up, right? So, yes, it's sleazy, but it's genius for, if you're an investor and everything else, it's genius. It really is. Come on, Tesla. You know what? I just gotta stop looking at every little price tick here. We're
No,
holding into the
it's
previous day close, and that's it.
it came back to my break even here, and I just let it stop me
Mm-hmm.
out. So I don't want to start
Ah,
messing with Tesla too much. AMD's at a high of day.
we didn't lose anything, so that's good.
No, didn't lose anything.
Yeah, yeah. See the SPY could turn around. SPY is above the VWAP. Um, Trying to go higher here. Nvidia could be a good play, guys. VWAP breakout. It's been struggling all morning. Look at every candle overlapping the previous candle here. Starting to get a little bit nicer. This is nice, nice, nice. Possible breakout. Let's see if we get our VWAP play. So that video is available on our Lambos and Garbage Truck members on YouTube. So you could I go through all the details on how we trade that. So take a look at that. And then the full webinar, we have it on BBT, right? So it's about an hour long. But with the Lambos and Garbage Truck webinar, those 15 minutes are really good on all the important stuff you need to make that trade. So if you want to learn more about that strategy, you can look at it there. But let's see. Let's see if it happens here. Demi, you love Atlas? Yeah, I'm telling you, it's really good. It's really good. And I don't even know how to use it 100% yet. I'm still learning. I'm hearing Thor come on and Nathan. Nathan's really good at this. And yeah, it's really really good. So like right now, I'm looking at it now. I have it up here. I gotta get another monitor. I need more monitors. But well, I only got three, Peter. You got like how many you got? You got like seven. Like
Yeah,
we
six.
need. I
Oh, I
need.
got
We need a
six.
picture. Peter,
Six.
go take a picture of your setup. Send it to us. I will pull it up right now. You gotta see this stuff. It's got like seven monitors, all different shapes and sizes.
Uh, no, they're all the same. They're the same monitor.
Oh,
Here, I can.
before you had like a
No,
different monitor. You
I
upgraded,
used
huh?
to, but
Okay.
yeah, but that was a while back. Here, look.
All
I'll
right. Let's take a
see.
look.
Here, let's see if you can see the
Oh,
camera.
that's
Let's see.
much
Where
better
am
than
I?
what I
There I
saw.
am. There you
Yeah.
go. So I gotta look at the screen while I'm showing it to you. Makes it a little
Yeah.
tough there, but
Okay, that's
oh,
not
gotta
bad.
go this way.
Because
Gotta
I
go this
think
way.
when you first started trading, you had like a tube TV too, right? It's like a tube TV, like.
Yeah.
it was-
Well, that's still here. That thing's sitting right over here. Look, it's just sitting on
Oh
my
my
desk
goodness,
doing
that's
nothing.
a weapon,
Look
Peter.
at that thing. Look at that thing.
That,
That's old. That's
no,
old
that's
school.
you might get in
That's
trouble,
my
man.
that's
That's
my
considered a
emergency
weapon.
backup. Yeah, look, it's so old that you can even I don't know if you can zoom in on that if it shows here, but look at that. Anybody recognize that? That's a Nortel Networks property tag, asset tag.
Oh
That's
man,
back in the day.
wow.
That's where I got it from. Look at that, huh?
Yeah,
How do you like them apples? So,
yeah. That's
anyways, that's old.
yeah.
It's an old monitor.
That's what's that show? Silo. That's like an artifact, and you get arrested for that. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I got a backup computer here. It's got a
So
keyboard
the
and
link for the link for Atlas is over at it's trainterminal.com, right? So we'll put it on the trainterminal.com. You're just gonna click on this little button over here. It says Atlas, right? Just click on that, and that's gonna get you access to it. Again, you do need to have a membership, $59 a month. Try it out. Try it out. Don't buy those 4 coffees this week from Starbucks. Pay for this. Trust me, you're gonna be able to buy a lot more coffee from Starbucks if you could use this to learn how to trade. So do that instead. Do that. All right. Tesla is just taking us for a ride, literally here around the block, and just not breaking anywhere.
yeah.
Not doing much. Did it reject? It did. Yeah, it rejected. This is doing the Tesla that it did yesterday, right? Remember Tesla did not want to break the VWAP at all. It lasted a long time until it finally broke out. I think around 11 or something, but it took a while. NVIDIA's having that day where, again, this VWAP line, which we use in a lot of our strategies. We have 29 strategies, friends. A lot of them use the VWAP. It's such an important indicator for us. So,
Yeah. The 10 o'clock, I know we're a little bit after, but the ISM manufacturing and what else we had? Anyways, the PMI prices came out pretty much on target. Nothing
yep.
to report there. So,
Okay. All right, there we go.
yeah,
All right, all
quiet
right.
day.
Tesla wants 449. I could feel it. Is
Cool
Andrew
Deep,
still
I
in, or did
did.
he get out? Did he leave me alone in this trade? Is he?
I gotta
Are
imagine
you
he's
listening?
out. He doesn't normally hold on to things this long. I think he's out. I'm
He
not
had a
sure.
great entry. He could have been. He could still be in.
Yeah. Oh, look at see now it's getting a little bit of a pop back here on Tesla.
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
and
Here we
Cool Deep,
go.
I did get my car back. Been about 2 weeks now. I've had it back. So
Nice. Oh no. I think he did get out. Yeah, he did get out. Probably when you did as well. I see got his screen up there, or maybe he took a partial. I'm not sure. But let's see. Let's see if Tesla wants to break 449. I'm still in, not
uh,
much. I did take 20% off here, just to protect myself, and I'm glad I
see
did because it
there.
looked even
I
lower.
had the right idea. I just didn't
You
have a good enough
did.
entry to hold through the pullback. If only I had there. Now it's getting that move.
I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna
It's
take a partial. He actually
there.
Atlas is
Oh, there you
telling me to
go.
take
There's
up.
450.
What did I just tell you? I tell you, Atlas is telling me to
Yeah.
wait, take a partial above these numbers, and man, this is guys, no joke. I know I don't get excited often, but I'm excited now. This is really good. It is because you can see where you should be taking apart. Should I wait? I was thinking, should I take apart now? Should I wait? Let me wait. Boom, it jumps up. I mean, wow, that is the way you can use it several different ways. That's the way I'm using it right now. My parceling seems to be really good, but man, this is nice. This is nice. I like the way this feels. I really do. Uh,
Yep.
I know, Peter. I know. I know.
Yeah, well.
It's tough, tough, tough. All right. Atlas shows Tesla 449. Yeah, it did. Went right through that, and we have more buyers now. More bids. No, more ask, more orders at 451. Yeah, we got 34,000 up there, and even higher.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Beautiful, beautiful. Um, very nice, very nice. And the SPY is moving higher, so it is helping a little bit. But this pop was awesome. Yeah, Dave, absolutely. We'll put videos up on YouTube on our education center. So they're working on those videos on Atlas, right? So we'll put those up and
Oh, well,
very
that's too bad.
clean cut videos on how to use it, what these things mean, right? And real, they'll probably have real live application. Like it would be nice to see real live trading on how they correlated, how they used it. I'm sure Nathan's working on all of this. I'll say hello to him, but I'm sure they're working on something really nice so you can understand how to use it, what is good for, what is not good for, and what stocks it works well. There's some stocks this thing is not going to work well, right? Like if you don't have liquidity, if you don't have volume, this is going to probably mess you up, right? The Teslas, Nvidias, the PLTRs, the stuff we trade often with volume, liquidity, this works really, really well. It can't be 10 people trading an order. You don't need Atlas for that. Right? It's gotta
Yeah.
be some volume. Um
Pretty pretty quiet day overall though. A lot of stuff moving sideways. We
yeah.
don't really have a lot of movement. I mean, Apple had a move up and then a complete retracement, interestingly, right after the open.
Yeah.
And Tesla, I mean, Tesla, we did get that good move, but
Yeah. Look at my interactive brokers fill, Peter. That is just very nice. Very nice.
oh, look at that.
Um
Right at the top. Tippy top.
yeah. Very nice, very nice. Um yeah,
See,
you could
not
do 500. 500, you could
yeah.
do 40, 30. Yeah, 500 is nice.
Not adding looks like benefited you. Were you able to hold longer? So that's
Yeah, because I didn't move my I kept my entry below the previous day close here, right? Right.
yeah. Yeah. That's you know, that's the way it goes. I did
US
have a
is
loss on
amazing.
Nike. I did try. Actually, it's funny because I got in on Nike and then I changed my mind and then I said no. Let me give it a shot. And I shouldn't have. I should have left it after that first trade because then I suffered a full loss
Mm.
on Nike. So which
You
is
was
unfortunate because
short? You're looking short?
yeah, no long actually.
Oh,
Long
okay,
because
okay.
I thought it might pull back and then it pushed through VWAP just momentarily, and I was trying to grab it to go higher back up to the high that it had
Mm-hmm.
set, but it obviously is not interested in doing that. It's pulled back,
Yeah.
so but that's okay. I made it back on Tesla, so
Uh yeah, Tesla's very, very nice. There's more orders coming up here. I'm seeing orders at 452 now, 451. I'm looking at an the Atlas. So more stuff happening up there. And I don't see much at the bottom. So there's this can help you identify the imbalance, right? The imbalance of orders is to the upside here. So let's see if that can play out as we're trying to break that 450 now. QS, yeah, friends, QS. Wow, Peter, you were looking at this yesterday. QS.
I was
Oh,
not seriously, admittedly, but
yep. Look at that.
what did QS end up doing?
Up 13% this morning. 15
Wow,
million shares
yeah.
traded. Not the. I mean, I know it's moving here, but it's not the easiest stock to trade. But man, what a run! I mean, I don't see a strategy here, right? I don't see how I would have traded this. So
No.
Sam, so we're gonna put out videos very soon, very soon. It's probably if they're not being uploaded very soon. We'll put out videos on how to read Atlas, and they'll be on YouTube, and they'll be in our they'll be in Train Terminal, and they'll be also in Bearable Traders. So we're gonna put out videos really, really soon. I'm sure it's if not by tomorrow, I'm thinking probably this weekend there'll be videos up, right? Just on the quick basics to get an idea, and then more enhanced videos later on how to use it with strategy. So I'm sure they're working on that, but I'll check. I'll check. Or Andrew might actually update. We'll ask Andrew when he comes on here. He might have more information. I'm sure he does. So
Yep.
Hood it was not Hood's day today, Peter. Hood just
Well,
it's not their day.
not every stock can move every day. It's just the way it goes. Like CRWV, right? Big mover yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Today, not so much. Not so much. So
CRWV, yeah, not doing a whole lot. What's the difference between Atlas and Bookmap? You know, I didn't use Bookmap, but it's pretty much the same tool, right? I'm sure Atlas might have some differences, but I'm not a Bookmap user. Peter, have you used Bookmap? I never used it.
I've only sort of watched it from what Thor was saying yesterday. There's a lot of extra functionality in Bookmap, but it's stuff that, like, according to Thor, anyways, that he doesn't use, right? So from his point of view, he was like, well, I don't use it. So one, it bloats the load, right? The CPU load is greater because it's got all this other stuff happening that you don't necessarily need. And it, of course, increases the price because they put a lot of money into the development. So, Andrew is looking to create a cheaper alternative that is streamlined and focused on, what we need as active traders. So the base functionality, though, is the same. Like it does what you need.
It's a lot of stuff that does that, man. Another great company, again, and I used them for years, is Trade Ideas, right? Great company, probably the best scanner company in the world.
Yeah.
I use 4% of what they provide, but then they want to make me pay for everything. Yeah. $9 a month. No, why? I don't need to know about swings. I don't need to know about this, right? So they're a great company, but I got Trade Terminal now. I got what I need. This is what I need as an active trader. I don't need to know about all these penny stocks and swing trading and options. Like, I don't need all of that, right? So great tool, but they bundle all that in, and they want to pay you for it because it's a lot of data. So I like this. I like focus on active traders in the way we trade. So clean, like Dash Trader Pro, right? Very clean, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles and the TVs that other platforms are very heavy on. It's light. Light is good. Less is more. Less is more at times. Less noise, less distractions. Focus on what you need. Very good. Very good. Nvidia, guys, did the VWAP breakout, but no pullback for us to join here. But you still can get something going here, right? So here's the breakout. Here's the pullback, and this confirmation and pullback are in several candles now, right? So a couple of candles here. Couple of candles in the pullback. Now you need to wait a little bit longer for the confirmation. I just don't know. SPY is ripping though. SPY is ripping.
Tesla's getting pulled higher. Look at this.
Yeah. I'm gonna be patient on that.
Going up to get those 452 orders. Are you still in it, Carlos?
I'm still in it. Yeah. Do we join Nvidia?
There you go.
Nvidia is kind of
452. Come on, grab it. Grab that partial if you're thinking it.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm definitely thinking it. Excellent. This is awesome, man. Let's go right here. Get it. Yes. Now I'm thinking about Nvidia, man. I don't want to be greedy today, but Nvidia looks like it wants to go. Like, this looks really nice. I don't want to mess up my day though. I don't want to mess up my day. But this here, friends. This looks very nice.
Heading back to its higher range here. Look at this. Oh,
John is happy. Where's John?
Oh, look at this.
Talking to John earlier this morning. John's got to be happy.
All right, we got an IPO that's just open here. AGRZ. Oh, IPO AGRZ. Whoops.
This market is awesome. Yeah, Tesla's ripping, friends. I'm being a little more patient now. With the partials, right? This is a great squeeze. How does the daily look? This is my goodness. Just when you think the stock is dead, oh, it's not worth this. Yeah, it's going. Yeah, it's burning apart. Yeah, forget Tesla. Blah
Wow.
blah.
Wow. Look
Boom.
at Tesla go.
460 coming up. It's just
Oh, man.
insane.
I'm so disappointed not being along for the ride here. Look at this thing go.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's just no imbalance on Atlas towards the downside. So it's all up. Now, nothing is guaranteed, right? This is not no secret sauce. You're not gonna get this and start making money out of nowhere. It doesn't work that way. It's just an indicator. You add it to your trade book, right? You add it to your trade
Right.
book, see if it helps you visualize the level two a little bit better. It helps clearly. I just started using it this week. It has made me make better partially decisions, right? Clearly, this thing is legit. So I know I'm late. People have been using this stuff for a while now and they understand it, but it is the real deal. Look at that. Orders piling up. 80,000 up there now. Let's just keep piling up here. And there's just nothing to the downs. Can you scroll down? Or no, the way we do it, you make this bigger, right? So 40.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
mean,
Why do I keep losing data?
on what?
Just on if I move away from having the order book here as an active window, it starts over with
Hmm.
the data. Anyways, I'll figure it out. Could just be one of those. I've seen apps that work like that in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, friends, we were right about Nvidia. Nvidia went. So hopefully you guys took it. I was being too cautious, but yeah, Nvidia did go. Um,
See, like that.
incredible.
I don't know. See, yours pop back in.
Here's Nvidia. Again, also seems heavier to the top side as well. Got some motors down here, but definitely heavier to the top side here.
Yeah.
Some real nice breakouts happening right now. A lot of these tickers, man, just awesome. Wow, Tesla. POTR too. It's POTR do some stuff. Yeah, broke out here pretty well. Went green and going higher. See, when the market trends like this, things do good. How's Apple? We've been picking on Apple all morning, but that's okay. They can handle it. They got the cash to handle it. Um, they got the cash. QS is another one. BIM, yeah, the QS was just parabolic. I mean, it's just wild today. Up 17% here. Very light volume though. 22 million for now. It's not a lot. So still, they're clearly rocking. How did PFE do? I know the pharmaceutical companies. See PFE having another great day overall. This is a great swing trade. If you were on top of the news with the government allowing pharmaceutical companies or providers or manufacturers, that's probably the correct word, to sell directly to patients, that cuts out a lot of middle people. And can bring the cost down without affecting their bottom line. Because if you bring the cost down and
Oh,
affect
here
your
we
bottom
go.
line,
Here's Tesla
then you're in
over
trouble.
455. Carlos.
Thank you, Peter. Let's see here. Oh my, I'm not partialing. I'm holding this to tomorrow, Peter. This is going to go to 470. Why will
Are
we
you?
sell? No, 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 no.
We're looking at
Returns to a
book
swing
map
trade.
here. I'm not sure, or order
Yeah.
map.
Uh,
We're looking at Atlas on the screen.
yeah, I'm gonna bring it up. I'll bring up Tesla. Here's Tesla on Atlas. Um, yeah, no, man, we're holding this. We're gonna turn this to a swing trade. Can you imagine? Uh, no, 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 no. Done that before. No bueno. Um,
Oh man, I wish Carlos
I
that
know.
last
And Peter,
trade where
you
I let
and you
myself get
at
stopped at break even, and
uh-huh.
I could have
Yeah, man.
just had a little less. If I
I
wasn't so
know.
risk adverse, right, it would have paid
Yeah,
off
yeah,
like handsomely. And I've
yeah.
said that to myself many times, and that's I got to get over that. But
We all
I'm
been there,
working on
man.
it.
It
I'm working
happens.
on it.
It happens. It happens. We all been there. Wait for 550, 555. Melody, that's wild. But hey, it won't shock me. This stock is you know, it's just hot. It's back in heavily in play. So, and Nvidia's another
Uh,
opportunity, friends. Look at Nvidia go. I should have taken this
oh, you
trade.
called that.
I called it. Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. I should have taken this trade. It looked perfect. So hopefully you guys took advantage of that. Friends, we're sitting at 330 likes. We'd love to be a little bit higher. Help us get to 400. That's usually our goal. We love to get your support there. Again, you're supporting already by being on with us, so we appreciate you so much. But if you could hit that button as well, that is just awesome. Wow, Nvidia for the win. Did you guys take Nvidia in chat?
See if
Oh,
yeah,
Sam
Nvidia
took
can
the
go
trade when
green
you.
maybe.
Yeah, I think so, man. It's right under it. So, oh, Sam, you took the trade on Nvidia. Oh, okay. Let me see. Nice. Okay. Chill, Sahil, James. You guys all took the trade on Nvidia. Peter, take these names down. I gotta go for lunch with these people. They gotta pay. Set up dinner schedules for the whole month of October. Great job, guys. Great
There you
job.
go.
It's going green too. Look at that. It's gonna go
There
green.
you go. Yeah.
It's right there. Love you, Nvidia.
456 on Tesla.
Yeah. I don't have much left now. So I could just hang on it. There's not a lot left. So, but yeah, just just hold it and see what happens. Wow, this is turning out to be a real nice week, Peter. We had some really good
Yeah.
turnouts in numbers this week. We had some really big wins, so this is nice. And my win rate for the month of October is just insane. Like you don't understand. I'm like 100% win rate. Like it's incredible.
For the month of October, you said?
Yeah, month of
Well, you've only
October.
had
I'm
one
just
trade, so
crushing it. I don't
yeah.
lose. I
Yeah.
never ever lose.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. Little early to declare victory, but okay, Carlos, it's good.
Yeah, so far, month to date. El Foster, you know what? That's a great question. Like, right, who is investing in Tesla? Do the numbers make sense? And sometimes you just don't need them to make sense, right? You just don't need them to make sense, man. I'm telling you, like, being an investor in a company like Tesla is tough because you look at the numbers, you look at the PE, you look at the ratio, you look at all these things, and it's just like, this is not worth 450. It's probably, and I'm making this up. I don't know. I'm not a financial analyst. This is worth two something. And people get so hung up on that they short this thing and they short and the short. And next thing you know, this thing is blowing their account up, right? So this is why day trading it's you can't take the emotions out of how you feel about the company and just trade the price action. Tomorrow we could trade Tesla short all day to highway to hell. Doesn't matter, right? We take the
Yeah.
emotions out. We don't care what the company does. We just trade the price action. But investors, you got to be careful on companies like this one, where it just makes no sense,
Nvidia,
right?
Nvidia's
So,
green.
guys, congrats on Nvidia trade, friends. Congrats. This is beautiful. What a breakout.
Well, we're an hour in here to the markets, 10:30.
What is it? Is it just overall shutdown volatility that we're getting? Is it just because of this?
I don't know. Yeah, so just a normal, sort of a normal day, I think.
Okay, maybe.
Doesn't feel like anything super special. Again, a lot of stuff's moving sideways. We got this late move on Nvidia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Apple,
yeah,
I mean, sorry, Tesla, of course, has been a big mover. And you know what?
yeah.
And I was watching Tesla. I thought, is it too risky to short here at 456? But it felt
Not the
like it
way
was
you
getting
short.
toppy.
You
Yeah.
shorted it, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay.
I just was
Is
watching it. I was
yeah,
debating
you
with
short.
myself.
You usually short it. You have a tight stop, and right now you would have been in $2, right? So the way you short, like this can be a long old day, and you find opportunities to short at these pullbacks. I've seen you do that plenty of times. Um, civil servants at home have nothing better to do than to trade. Right now they can trade without without being stopped. Yeah. Uh, Tesla's makes great for a day trade. Don't like it for long term. Yeah, Tesla's an amazing day trade stock. Long term, you know, well, if you've been buying this stock overall through all this the splits and all this stuff, you're good. You're green. You're up depending how long you've been in it. If you just got in it and you had to hold to the downturn that recently happened, yeah, then you're hurting a little bit. But for the most part, if you're long term, well before the splits, you're sitting pretty here. So all depends when you got in, right? Peter, you would have been so right in everything you touched today.
I know. I know. I should follow the gut. Because, occasionally you'll get it wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
agree. Take the damn trade. Agreed,
yeah.
agreed. All right, friends. What else? What else we got going on? How's our secondary going? Reddit is garbage. Mara popped up back below the previous day close. Tesla's doing some stuff. Nvidia trying to hold on to the green here. Hood, messy. Nike did bounce back up. People look at Nike as what do they call it? Like a gauge as far as this earnings, as far as tariffs, right? And they're surprised that they removed
Right.
a lot of their tariffs outlook towards positive. Like the tariff has not affected them as much as they thought it was going to affect them. So that's a positive in here. And the consumer keeps spending, right? That's one of the things they said. The consumer is still spending regardless of everything going on and high prices. Once that happens, that's when you get into trouble. RCLV collapsed, nothing to see here. LAC is trying to go back up. So, oh yeah, so yeah, you can mention MU. Someone did earlier too. Let's take a look at our good buddy MU. Brian, good morning, Brian, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, MU really took off.
Oh wow, look at MU.
Yeah, it did.
Good morning, Andrew. I thought I heard Andrew. Yes, I did. Good morning.
Yes, you're not sleeping, Carlos. You actually heard me.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I did. I hear you. I see you.
Oh, oh, we got some feedback.
Feedback. I fixed it, sir.
Andrew's making the noise to try to not know that it's me.
Yeah.
Let me fix it. Yeah, I got it fixed. Good stuff.
All right, so I'm gonna get back into character quickly, share my screen. We were talking about futures of trading terminal. So that was what we were discussing. This
Nice.
is a board that we have. Dave created that, and so as you see here, there was a lot of our focus right now was on the real-time simulator. So there was a lot of things that we were working on it. The journal is ready. and the should have and nice have, and again the feedbacks that you're giving us, we're just putting it slowly in there as the best educational tool. I want Trading Terminal to be the best educational tool ever in the world existed for day trading. And we keep moving to this side, like a scanner. As you see here, there was not a lot of things we were working on it, but there's a lot of work we can do on the scanner. Atlas is ready. We can keep adding on that. Replay was little focus, but now that we have resources, we can come back and stuff. So just keep using it, sending us the feedback, and like Wikipedia, I'll build something amazing together.
What did
That's
I
awesome.
tell you? I knew we were going to go green on the day. Qs have gone green. SPY is about to go there.
Amazing.
Knew it.
Nice, Phil.
Just nothing
Amazing.
Just nothing stopping this market. We snagged a nice trade on PLTR on that breakout. Had a nice ascending triangle right around 183 was a breakout level. Qs are at yesterday's high now.
Hey Andrew, for Atlas, we got a lot of
Tesla's
questions about training videos. When are those coming?
Tesla's
Soon, very
amazing.
soon. Yeah, that's amazing. So you can do all the training on Bookmap everywhere. Like we have it in Trading Terminal, the whole module on Bookmap. And there's a lot of information about Bookmap on YouTube. You can watch them. It's the same thing. It's the same tool. So just search Bookmap anywhere that you have Trading Terminal. We have educational module. Even in BBT, we have BBT and PCT. We have modules. Very nice, very professionally made. It's just replace the name Bookmap with Atlas in your mind, and that's the same thing. We don't need to recreate it. But what we do need to do is create a program around Atlas, which Nathan is going to lead on that, and coming up with a series of webinars, mentorship, schedules, and everything, and all around it. And I'm actually willing to pay Nathan to do that, because Nathan is a member that has been contributing for a very long time. He's a great friend, and it's time to take the leadership on that. And I'd love to. We love together actually pay him for this. It's all the membership fee that comes and stuff. So do that. So follow Nathan everywhere, and his courses and classes that he has on BBT. It's all the same thing. Just follow, learn, and help us build something amazing together. Sorry, I'm into that. Carlos, did you do a draw today?
No, we
Or
haven't.
what?
We haven't done. No, we haven't done any draw.
It's 1-year membership to members of Lambo and Garbage Truck for their support
Nice.
today. And
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it towards the end so people can have a
toward
chance
the
to
end,
sign
yeah.
up if you want to. But yeah, all right, we'll get that done.
Yeah, it's
Not
amazing.
now,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
Not now. No hashtag now.
No, I said
Not yet. Not yet.
Hold the line.
So for the funded account, for the payout would be obviously the last reset that you do. So if you do the reset today, 90 days for the payout, yeah.
All right. Okay, well, I don't have any trades on now. I did a couple trades today that worked out really well. PHAR was the last one.
Tesla is
And yeah, you had a really nice trade on Tesla.
beautiful. Yeah, I didn't make as much as money that I was expecting to, but considering my mental state, it's pretty good actually. I was Carlos, I was so high, like I took a
When?
little bit of my like today, like I do microdosing, and I haven't done microdosing for 1 month now. In Nepal, I didn't have it, and it really took me out because you
Yeah.
build tolerance when you do it over time. And ooh, whoa, wow, like it was really
When
bad.
I first had it in your office, it was so little, and I was like, ah, this ain't gonna do nothing. I was like, holy smokes, the whole day I felt it. It's nice, but yeah,
No,
if you
it's
don't,
not all day. It lasts like
no,
10, 15 minutes. The peak is
no,
the last
it was
five
like
minutes,
an
maybe.
hour or two. It felt more than 10, 15 minutes, and then I took a
The
flight. I
peak
remember I
is
left.
because the brain does make a tolerance around it. So the brain is really smart. So it doesn't fight to control.
Right.
And as you get higher, the brain tries to fight back. The consciousness fight back that, oh no, I'm in control. You don't take over. The DMT is the one that can take over the consciousness because it's very strong. And even that one for the breakthrough, you have to let go. The brain is quite mess. But it is anyway, it was interesting. So um, okay,
Maybe
so
it's all those red blood cells. It's all those red blood cells you have in your system.
possibly, yeah, could be. Yeah, my body is very different right now because the red blood cells that I have is very, very it reacts
High
completely
level.
different things. Yeah.
Yeah, because your body adapts to lack of oxygen by producing, is it more, it's more red blood cells, right?
Cells and everything. Yeah, it's very interesting, very fascinating. The body and the high altitude is very fascinating. Like the colors are very vivid in high altitude. Like it's really like you are on psychedelics. And I did actually research about it. That what is it happening and stuff. It's the body and the high altitude, low oxygen. It's amazing. It's very fascinating the high altitude physiology.
Mm. Okay, well, we didn't stay red very long or green very long on the cues, but we did make it there. We may actually go back up here and retest.
All right, amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I think the 10K for me today, and I really didn't take any other trade on Tesla. 920 could be yeah, it's so strong that it doesn't give us 920.
Yeah, it hasn't really given any significant pullback since we've been same with Nvidia. PLTR actually just kind of did a bit of a 920 there and wasn't watching, so I didn't catch it.
Carlos, can you share a screen in the chat room as well?
Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, sorry, guys.
The bonds, TLT had a good run up and then stopped.
Oh, it's stuck. Let me get out the room and come back in. Give me a second, guys. Okay, we are back in chat now. And the screen is up.
All right. So any question, guys, about the trades that we did today? um, about life in general. PayPal.
PayPal? I haven't looked at PayPal in a while.
Yeah, Tyler, just practice is really important. Practicing, pattern recognition. This is a video game. So when you're playing video game, I used to play video games, not anymore. But it's all about timing. The video game is all about timing, recognizing the pattern and timing. And with practice, you won't become a gamer right away. Just over time, it comes in that. In Vancouver Summit, I did a presentation talk about that the whole community of the gamers, like for example, their criterias over years going up, and then they're just as a community also evolve really well, like the gaming's skills that they have. So it's just a matter of practice. So Ahmad is asking, what was the strategy on Tesla today? I think it was a 1 minute opening range breakout that turned out to be a very nice 5 minute bullish engulfing and opening range breakout as well. So so it was really pretty choppy in the first few minutes. As soon as it came above the VWAP, look at this candlestick. I fucking love this candlestick. So that was the entry signal. That I went there. The stop loss obviously down here, and boom, look at that. It's in there. And then the 5 minute is becoming like this. So the 5 minute turned out to be a very nice bullish engulfing.
Yeah, you love that bullish engulfing breakout.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, it seems to be really consistent too. It's a pretty high probability trade. Yes, as far as PayPal goes, I don't know if you're talking about it on a day trade or a swing trade, but PayPal's really been stuck in a range for the last 2 months here, sort of 67 to 70. It's really been stuck in a range. If anything, it looks like it might be heading lower, might break lower. PE is not really outrageous. It's only 11 and a half forward PE. When you compare that to a Tesla or some other crazy stocks like PLTR.
Oh.
PLTR's forward PE is 220. Well, high probability trade is if you're talking to, I mean, it's just basically developing a trade book with the stuff like the engulfing opening range breakout, like Andrew just talked about, or maybe like you don't want to trade close to the open, so you wait for some VWAP trades. VWAP trades are usually pretty high probability trades. I actually did one this morning on Tesla. Came back to the VWAP, bounced off it, and I took the bounce. I managed to catch that. Didn't catch the big move though, unfortunately. So yeah, you find those high probability trades by looking, just listening to other people, what how they're trading, what their their particular trade setups that they're looking for, and then you kind of figure out the ones that work best for you. MU's ripping, eh?
It was 5% up, huh? Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
It's kind of run out of steam, but this is on a daily basis. This is a breakout.
What's the news on it? Is it beautiful?
I don't know.
Any setting in VWAP because look above picture, mine is a little bit different. So the VWAP can be pre-market, including the pre-market and post-market data. I use including pre-market and post-market data, and it's usually the same, but for the stocks that have amazing volume in the pre-market, then it would be different. What Paris does is usually putting two VWAP, one with pre-market, one without pre-market, and color code them. So if you want to see the difference in stuff, I don't see. MU. Micron Technology is a chip company, yes. MU.
It's
No, it's a semi.
relatively cheap. Forward PE. Yeah,
No,
forward
no, no,
PE
no,
is
no, no,
10.
no. It's, the chip, I mean the sector, huh? The sector, yeah,
In
chip.
semis.
That, like that chip, yeah, like potato chips. Um, Storage chip, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, we used to
Yes, it
trade.
is. It's a fish and chips company.
Yeah, potato chips.
Potato chips.
What's
Yeah,
the difference? Yeah,
yeah, all sorts of chips.
what's the difference? There's a very famous article about potato chips, computer chips. What's the difference? It's economists that talk about, what's the difference that China produces that it should be important in each of them as long as you look at it in the macro global economy, which was one of the wrong things. If you Google it, there is something like that, which is wrong. Like, it's really important. What do you produce, potato chips or computer chips? Even in the economy, is super important that you create computer chips, not potato chips.
Cheaps and chips.
Chips. Everything has to be cheap, though. That's the most important thing. Uh,
Well, getting back to MU, actually, it is chips and it is cheap. If if you if you want to go to look at the forward PE,
yeah.
yeah, it's like 10. And let's see,
The P is 10. That's pretty good. Wow,
I
that's
know
pretty. Oh,
that's why it could has potential to run. I mean,
yeah.
Nvidia is 29.
The average of S&P 500, I think, is 26 or 27.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so we're getting a bit of a rollover here on Nvidia. Might come down and do a 920 here. There's a and that 20 EMA is right near the previous day close, which is another area where almost you'd look for a bounce. The Qs are just hovering right around yesterday's close. And Tesla is still strong. Tesla. See what Tesla looks like. Wow, it's breaking out here. It's breaking out on a daily here too. This 450 level was an area that was going to be probably saw as some resistance, but we're breaking out here. Next area of resistance for Tesla could be around 465 on a daily basis. All right, so no trades. I'm not in any trades right now. Mara seems to be sinking, but um, I guess some of the cryptocurrencies are up today. Bitcoin's at 117,269. The Russell went green on the day too. The Dow went green. The only thing that hasn't gone green yet is the SPY, and it's still early. It still looks like it might want to try to go there.
Hmm.
Hmm. Do it. Would we have? You can do if you're looking for a test account. I think you can just do the replay. I believe if you want to try out your strategies. So you just use replay. Replay is a pretty easy option on Trading Terminal, just to again just to give your strategies a try. You can go back in time and as well.
All right, guys, let's do this. So we got 5 books we can give away. If you're in Great Britain, I got books. We got books we give away. Andrew has a list of Great Britain, but they don't work in the U.S. But if you win, if you're in the U.S., there's ways to get around it. Just Google it. You can do VPN stuff. Maybe change your account to show a different address. You didn't hear from us. We're not condoning this, but there's a way around it. But let's do it.
Or buy
Hashtag
it,
book.
or buy it. I'll refund you. Send me your PayPal.
Oh yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
no, no,
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah, I'll send you your PayPal. I'll pay you the payment.
yeah, yeah.
So the Audible giving us, I think 50 per month or something, the code, and then I can give you the code to use it.
Yeah.
And
Or
I
maybe
haven't
Andrew,
been.
you might have new codes too. Maybe you have to send me
Yeah, I'll send
for
it
the
to
new
you as
book. Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
All
purchase
right.
it and send me the PayPal or something. I'll send it to you. PayPal is better because less fee, or I'll just send it for you guys.
Yeah.
And we
Hashtag
do
book,
1 year
guys.
of elite membership. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 year membership.
Hashtag book. So we do the
And
five
if
books
you're
first.
already a
Hashtag.
member, it's expanded. Yeah, sorry.
Gotcha.
Or
Gotcha. Yeah. Hashtag book first. We're gonna do hashtag book. It's gonna give you the book, and then we'll do the elite membership for Lambos and Garbage Truck members. So you got a little bit of chance to sign up. That's gonna be an annual membership to BBT. And if you're in chat, you could join too. If you're in a chat room, you could join in YouTube. You get that extended. So a little bit more because I know we have a lot more people. Hit the thumbs up as well, guys. Only 46 entries, 55. Hit the thumbs up so you better your chances. You still enter, but you better your chances when you hit the thumbs up. That's part of the algo. So, all right, let's see. First one on here, friends, for those early ones is going to be Raja Vela. Congratulations. So, Raja, Andrew's new book, going your way. We have Neha. Congrats. Neha, congrats. Nada, congratulations. I see you active in chat today. congratulations. Two more. Ferrero Ash. Oh, I think you won before. We got a couple of books. We can give you another copy of something else. So congratulations. And here's the last one. Active Trader PR. So congrats, friends. That is for copies of Andrew's new book. So we'll send you that. And now let's go ahead and do. We will do our annual elite membership. We're gonna go hashtag BBT on this one. And this is, make sure, just for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. So hashtag BBT. And there it is. All right, 1 year membership. This is worth like $3,000. It's a lot. It's nice. Really nice.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your support. I appreciate that. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for coming to your show. Thanks for listening to Peter's inappropriate political jokes.
Where's Peter? Here's Peter. Peter's frozen. Peter's here's a good man.
Oh, Peter's frozen.
103. Wow, nice.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm always
You're
here.
Hi, Peter.
I don't think I said anything inappropriate.
No, you was actually very good today.
Yeah.
He was actually very
No,
good.
he was saying that
What he
when
said?
U.S. government taking positions and stuff. I was like, come on, Peter. What do you know?
No, he was good today. That was clean. That was PG.
As soon as he was saying that, it was, no, Peter, no.
Is that where the views
bad.
drop? Is that where the views drop? Like people started leaving the stream? Could be. I don't know. All right, guys. For 1 year elite membership,
All right.
116. These are some really good chances. If you're in here, here it is. The winner is NepVid. NepVid, congratulations. All winners, email me, carlos@bearwithtraders.com, and we will get you all set up on behalf of the BBT community, friends. Welcome.
Okay, and as predicted,
Awesome.
the SPY had green on the day.
Yeah, perfect.
There you go.
Congratulations. Yeah. Brian and his vision of going green. Thor, how are you, buddy? And Dr. Vanessa Charland, you looking good? I
Hello. You're alive.
Hello.
Thank you so
Hello,
much.
hello.
I am. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, thanks. Looking good. Thor, you're looking dark.
I got some lights. I'm getting some lights in here to help that out. It's a little dark over here, but I don't bring the light like Vanessa does. So
Where are you, Thor?
she just
Where are you?
new home. So I'm in the new place.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nice
So
already.
this is the new digs. So it's all set up and happy. Got the thing going. Got kids in the new place, and
Good.
all that fun
Thor,
stuff.
one comment that I want to give, you're pretty dark. So because this is your permanent office, maybe get some light so you can actually
Yep.
see you.
Already ordered. So I already got them coming in. I got these two like lights that are gonna come up and over and
Oh, perfect.
shine the top of my head all nice for everybody.
That's beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much, and all the
Just
best.
look very tan,
I'm just so not everyone radiates light like Andrew does. You know what I mean? He doesn't even have a light. This is just him. He's just like he just glows. It's incredible.
All right, I gotta go. I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to make it. Yes, guys, I'll leave it up to you. I know Paris is coming, and his biggest fan is in the roof, and all the best.
Yeah. And Vanessa, you are wearing you're wearing my favorite band T-shirt there. That's my favorite.
Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah.
no way. Who the hell.
I want to
All
know.
right.
Favorite song, my favorite AC/DC song. I love
Let's
that song.
go.
Okay.
So yeah, just for you,
I like
Brian.
Helly.
just for you.
I like my favorites Shoot to Thrill and Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be.
I love
It's
it.
all about the hell. All right.
That's what
Okay,
I'm
guys,
talking
I'll
about.
let you do it. Yeah. Thunderstruck.
Man, I am dark over here, man. It's true.
Just so tan, Florida sun.
I know. What are you gonna do? But so how are you, good doctor? You doing good? Look good. Look happy. Looks like things are good. You get sleep.
If I can provide a recommendation, Thor, just close the curtains. It'll change the contrast.
Ooh.
See, look at that.
Peter, hi. Look at
Is that enough? It's a little bit. Here, all right, hold on one second. When it close curtains.
Make sure you're wearing pants. Okay, good. Just we were concerned there for a little bit.
It's like this curtain is like
All right.
way up here.
Good.
Carlos!
Hey, how you doing?
There, see if that
People
helps a little bit.
forget. People forget
Oh,
they're
wait,
on
hold
camera
on, wait. Now
sometimes.
we need this, huh? There we go.
Ah,
Now we're on
there it
air.
goes. Nice.
While we have a second, Vanessa's going to take a couple text messages.
I'm just texting pants on.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, that could have been really weird. Like if I stood up and it just, oh, that's happened to Peter 3 different times, by the way. It's so
Sausage on air.
that's my new IG handle. I've been thinking for a new Instagram handle. Thor Young BBT is getting a little old, so I think we'll just call it Sausage on Air. I think is the way to go. So
Yeah,
so we're here. We're trading. Apparently that's what we do. We talk about trading, not other stuff. So
psychology, I guess.
a little psychology. I think that sounds great. And I think for everyone out there in YouTube land getting refocused, good to see you all. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I think we have some really fun stuff to talk with you about today. Dr. V, in all of her brilliance, wants to talk, maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot of it today, about a concept she's really been, I think, putting out there a lot. And I think it's really, really important for everyone to focus on. And she's been talking about the stages to becoming a successful trader. Like so many people out here are asking the question, like, when do I do this? When do I do that? And we know that there is no time frame in which these things happen because everyone's, development is their own. But I do think what Dr. V talks about here maybe can be the answer in that question for you, but maybe not so linear, like in a linear fashion. But by identifying what stage you're in, I think you can get a better idea of where by knowing where you are, right, maybe you can get a better idea of where you're going to be going. So we're going to talk about these different stages and comment back and forth with you on there, which I think is going to be super valuable. Good morning, Pretty Bird. So I think it's going to be super valuable for all of you, and Dr. V, thank you so much as always for preparing like this awesome material for us.
Good morning, and thank you so much. Hello, everyone. So happy to be here. Yeah, I think today it's a very important topic. Okay. I had a member of Peak Capital asking me this question this week, and I think it is a very interesting one, more maybe philosophical, but very important still. He was asking me, if you had to choose between technicals and psychology, what would you choose? And really, I don't think we can separate the two, because if you have a good strategy and technique, but you don't know how to execute it properly, it's not going to work. And also,
100%.
if you go and work with a trading coach only for the psychology part, but you don't have a recipe, then it's not going to work, So that's why when I work with people, we always start by looking at, okay, I get it. You want to develop the trader brain, but what is your trading recipe? And you would be surprised of how many people don't have a clear answer to that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think some people don't realize, right, that the trading process is a holistic process, right? We talk so much about like, it's not even just about trading. You're actually going to find, and I know I had this experience, that you're going to have to become like almost a different version of you to make this happen. Like, it's not even just about learning technicals. Like, you're going to have to learn how to perform, but in a way that you've never encountered before. I think this is like in line with being like a performance athlete. I mean, the amount of dedication and the amount of concentration and continuous execution that required it's just crazy.
with the right technique, right? So
Exactly, only with the right technique.
So some people are so discouraged. They're like, oh my gosh, I suck at this. Like it's but more than I should, and it's not working, and I'm not, I'm scared I'm not gonna make it, and they don't have a technique. So it's like if you want to learn to play basketball, you need to learn the basics of how it works. What are the rules for the game? How you're supposed to throw a ball from different distance, how you're supposed to pass the ball, when, strategies, And before you get the basics of that, it's very difficult to assess your performance because you need to start small. Hence the stages. Okay? So before you are very unhappy with yourself, with your trading, ask yourself this question: where am I in my journey? And now let's look at the PowerPoint, shall we?
Absolutely. Carlos, I have some slides on my screen if you want to share my screen. Maybe if my screen is sharing. Hold on.
Are you sharing your screen?
I am, but it's doing that dark thing it does sometimes. Hold on. Let me
Okay.
undo it and redo it.
Cool.
Coming at you. Screens, PowerPoint, screen one, share. There we go. Gotcha.
Okay, great. So I guess I'll say next to change slide. Welcome to the stages of becoming a successful trader. First stage, I'm pretty sure you all went through this one. The foundation of technical analysis. Before you ever want to trade anything, you need to understand basic concepts of support, resistance, direction. Markets move in 3 directions: up, down, and flat. That's it. Okay? Up, down, and flat. You could see an ascending triangle, you could see a bull flag, you could see an octopus, a moose, whatever. Okay? They move up, down, and flat.
I like moose pattern myself. I started off with moose pattern.
Whatever it is, it is the way they move. And then you need to understand price action. You need to see how price reacts to these levels. So when you have a support, for example, a support is supporting the price, meaning that in the past, it has supported the price. So next time the price will reach the support again, we expect the support to do its job of supporting the price. Okay? The resistance, the opposite. The resistance job is to keep the price down. So next time the price reaches that, we expect sellers to come and defend. So when you approach the markets, you have this simple view of them. As if I have a resistance, I expect that. If I have a support, I expect that. If I have a trend line, I expect the trend line to bounce the price up or down. Okay? Then knowing that, we choose a strategy. Again, your strategy could be VWAP, it could be whatever it is, but you have in your strategy a where, like where you're interested to play. And at your where, you have different setups for it. So make it very simple. But if we go, if we go back to the first stage, so the goal here is just to learn about how they move. Okay, so have a naked chart and just try to understand what happened in the past year, for example. Was the price moving up, down, or flat? When we saw resistance, so go back far left, far to the left, Draw yourself support, resistance, and see, then when you put your cursor to the right, see what happens on the lines that you drew, okay? Just to practice your mind. So very important stage, understanding price action. Before you throw any indicator, any strategy, just that simple, basic technical analysis 101. Trend lines for direction, it could be whatever, okay? But trend lines help in identifying direction. Next slide, please. So the second stage, very important one, but we might come back often to this one. Strategy selection. It doesn't mean that you're choosing a strategy that you will not later change strategy. Okay, so don't put pressure on yourself. If you've traded the same strategy a couple of times, at least 20, 40, 60 trades, okay, you need to leave it time to show you if it's working or not for you. You could be, for example, saying, hey, I want to trade the market open, so I'm gonna pick a strategy for market open, and then you realize along the way that maybe after 1 month, 2 months of trading the open, it's too stressful for me, and my stop has to be too wide, or whatever it is, okay? And then you decide that it might not be your strategy. So it can happen. I'm not here talking about strategy hopping all the time, okay? I'm talking about testing something for yourself.
Absolutely. And you can't, like, a lot of people, like, it's for me, it's kind of like when you're younger and you don't know what occupation you want. You know what I mean? You don't want to just pick any occupation and just say, you know what, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, no matter what happens. It'd be okay with bouncing around a little bit. You know, work at one job for 3 months, then go work at another job for 3 months, and work on it until you find something that really resonates with you and you really find, like, wow, this really works for me. This makes sense. I like this. And you're going to find that with trading strategies. Like, you know, maybe you end up having more of a momentum or a scalping ability, you know, or maybe you suck at reading price action like I do. So it's just a little bit easier for you just to pick ranges and just play the edges and just know that that's gonna, as long as you throw a little volume in there, that'll work well enough, as long as you're, you know, you're holding for targets. But it's, yeah, it's, I completely agree with just being willing to be a little bit flexible there, not just thinking everything's going to hit right at the beginning. Like, here's my life, you know, strategy forever.
And just the exercise, because here I wrote down, keep it simple, okay? Very important. Keep it simple, and you need a few conditions for you to enter your setup. You're not looking at 5 different time frames at the same time. You're not looking at 5 indicators on top of that. Okay, you have it simple, because most of the time, trading strategies, okay, when the trade is working, it will work. You don't need 15 reasons or confluence. I love that one, okay? Yeah, but I need confluence. Yeah, I mean, sometimes too much confluence is just too much, okay? You need to trim down what is essential for you to take the trade based on your data, because at the end of the day, it is impossible to protect ourselves from losing, okay? The trade will not work from time to time. But you're learning, and every time the trade doesn't work, what could have done differently? If it's working, what made the trade work? You're working on the analysis there. Very important. So you choose your strategy, and then you avoid at all costs the shiny object syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that if you commit to trading a rising devil every day, you fully commit, you're in a full-blown relationship with that strategy. Before you make any changes, before you change strategy, put it to the test, but put it to the test with the right rules that you need to follow. If you trade the rising devil, but really you're putting other stuff in there, that's not the same recipe. It all comes down to that trading recipe, okay?
I
So
really feel like, Dr. V, this is like the difference between being a trader and someone who takes trades, right? Like anybody can take trades where you sit down at your computer and fire money into the market and even make money doing it for a while. But a trader is someone who does what Dr. V is talking about, right? This is like, almost like the difference between being a gambler versus like a professional poker player. You can really make a lot of money being a professional poker player if you're really good at it, but any small slip and you're just a gambler. Trading really falls into that category a whole lot. And if you don't commit to this, and I love the shiny object syndrome as someone with ADHD. If it's a shiny object or a squirrel, it's going to get my attention, or an alert that goes, "Look at me." Any of those things are going to get my attention very quickly. It's like I'm always like, "Oh my God." But this is like, exactly. So I really like this particular point here, which is, and I have mentees that do this, Dr. V, where they show up and I'm like, well, what was this trade all about? And they're like, well, I didn't have any cam calls that day, so I decided to do this. And I'm like, oh, I see. So we're just taking trades today. We're like not a trader today. We're just going to give up on that and just take trades. You know what I mean? Just random stuff, just see how it goes. And if you're never going to be a profitable trader if you allow those things to happen frequently.
exactly. So, and again, you're going to waste your time. So people are complaining, oh, it's taking a long time, like I'm not seeing any results. Well, it's taking more time if you're taking trades that go to the garbage because they're not following any recipe. Okay, so second stage, okay, after you learned out the basic of cooking, okay, you know how an oven works, you have all the utensils, like you get the basics, okay? Now you pick a recipe. What do you want to cook today? Okay, for the next couple of weeks. And then you pick, oh, the blueberry muffins. Let's go. So what do I need to make those? So next ones, please. Rule definition. So ingredients. So here it is where I think most people struggle, is putting down the explicit, okay, explicit mechanical rules. When you write down when the price reaches a key level, it's not explicit. It has to be so clear that your brain doesn't have to decide anything. It just knows what to do. Is it a key level or you're waiting to pre-market high or R3 or whatever it is? Okay? Very, very mechanical. What do you need to enter that trade? Oh, yeah, sometimes, like the price goes to yesterday's high and then it bounced back, but then it's a hammer. So I really like when it's a doji. And what? Like, what do you need exactly so I could trade your trade without asking you further question? Again, going back to the analogy of the employee. Really, I really encourage you to do this exercise for yourself. It sounds funny,
I
okay?
love this analogy. This is like my favorite analogy.
It's so important that you do it, okay? You will thank me later, I promise. If you hire someone to trade your account, how are they supposed to trade? What is the maximum investment amount they have each day for trading? What is your company willing to spend on a single day trading? Again, I'm not thinking about making money, right? I'm thinking, what can I risk? What can I invest every day trading?
And on the performance side of things, as an employee, are you willing to accept the behavior from yourself that you wouldn't be willing to accept from an employee? Right? That's one of the things I really love about this whole concept. You're hiring yourself to be your own trader, right? What are those rules? And can you do that? And also, as the doctor says, for getting in, also make sure you have this kind of rigorous definitions for how you get out of your positions, please. You know, I mean, if you have a real reason to get in, you need a real reason to get out. I can't tell you how, you know, frustrating it can be with some of my mentees sometimes when it comes back and I'm like, why did you get out? And they're like, well, I felt like. And as soon as they do that, I go, what? You know, what do you mean you felt like? Like, that's not a reason to get out. Are you a market psychic now? Like, you just suddenly, like, you're tuned in with Peter Tuchman and you're like, he's exiting his position, so I'm going to, you know, like, none of us have that kind of insight into the market, right? So you have to have good reasons for getting in. You need to have good reasons for getting out too. I mean, it's like, and then really, like, you know, treating yourself objectively, I think, you know.
And you don't need, the idea is prevent yourself from doing something to the trade, because markets are eating up us alive, because we are human and we make mistakes because we have emotions. So when you take your profit too soon, it's a discretionary decision, and you don't want that. You want to be mechanical, okay? You want the person to perform surgery on you the same way they perform that kind of surgery every time, okay? With all the rules, the recommendation, everything. So yeah, the employee thing is a great thing. So your employee has to be able to read your recipe, and I get it. I know when to enter. I know when to enter. I get it. I know where to put my stuff. It's totally objective, based on technical analysis. I don't change the rules. I get it. I know where my profit is. Okay? Make it as simple as possible. Okay? And also, if you have trading buddies, it's a good thing to share your trade books together and, like, do you understand why I get in? You know, even if you don't, maybe you're using an indicator that the buddy is not aware of, but he understands. You know, there's a value to it. Let's say I wait for RSI to be above or below, above 70 or below 20. Well, the guy knows what you're talking about, even if he doesn't understand the indicator. Okay, mechanical trading. So
I think this helped me a lot, doctor, because I used to write a lot of standard operating procedures when I was in IT. So I think that was one of the things that kind of helped me with this when I was always really good at writing structured directions. And I think that helped me a lot when I started putting my system together. So I really recommend that for everybody, like, really focus in like that. It's very helpful.
And it's normal that you will be afraid. Okay, I'm not saying you put your bracket on, you're in the trade, and you will not be scared. It's totally normal, by the way, when you're starting to learn how to trade, when you're putting your first trades or you're picking a new way of trading, that you don't trust the process yet. Totally normal. But you have to go through that fear, because it's the only way out of fear. Let the trade happen, and then you can assess. And we are at stage 3. There's still no money involved. And there's still no sim trading involved. Okay, if you don't have a strategy and you don't have clear, defined, explicit mechanical rules attached to that strategy, you don't get to sim trade, because sim trading is trading. Your brain doesn't know the difference between the two. So make sure that you practice your good habits as soon as possible, not to traumatize yourself later or not to waste too much time, because it takes time to become a trader.
Well, and one of the things that's really when I get at work with traders that have been around for a few years, one of the things I'm often doing in the beginning is unwinding all of the habits they developed while they didn't know how to trade. They just tried stuff, but it was just random, and then they kind of anchored in on it. It's like I had a trader the other day that uses Heikin-Ashi candles in conjunction with his regular candles. And then he went short, but all of his Heikin-Ashi candles were still green. So Heikin-Ashi, for everyone out there in YouTube, useless knowledge stands for average pace. Heikin-Ashi, Japanese average pace. It's an averaged candle, which is interesting. So I asked him, like, why did you go short if this was still green? And this kind of goes back to the beginning what Dr. V was talking about, not having stuff you don't need on your charts, right? Inevitably, he said, oh, I guess I wasn't really considering it. And so I made him take it off his chart. So, or start using it, right? So, but it's, make things so clear that you can follow them, I think is amazing. So, and Crazy Channel or two ends. Crazy Channel said, Dr. V, if it's so mechanical, then why not use a bot? And I think, why not use a bot? I think that's a great idea. If anyone knows how to make one, let me know. I mean, we can do it together. But I'm just saying, I mean, of course, use a bot. I think that's a great idea. Just, build it.
You do you, guys. Okay, you do you. But if you have discretionary trading too early in your journey, it's gonna hurt you. Discretionary trading is for experts.
Mm-hmm.
You need experience, and not just experience. I'm not talking about gut feeling. I'm talking about data.
Yeah.
But you don't qualify yet for that if you're a developing trader.
This goes into line with like me going for 4R, right? That's a discretionary thing that I do because my stats and my knowledge fit that. I wouldn't just I wouldn't recommend everybody just go for 4R. That's what I go for because that works for me. Everyone should use their own data to come up with their own profit metrics and what works for them. So like that's the one I found because I can lose the most and make the most money at that ratio for me. So, and that's really, really important to make sure you're focused in. And it's a lot of this trading journey. There will be a lot of you involved in it that doesn't necessarily line up with what other people. For instance, I learned how to stock trade from Andrew. Anybody know how much I trade like Andrew right now? Right? Like not very similar, right? That was a lot of real talk with myself going through the journey of really idolizing, this specific trader and then unwinding that and going and turning into really kind of quite the opposite kind of a trader. So, but I mean, it took a lot of data in order to pull that off. It took a lot of logging, it took trade reviewing, it took a lot of work that had nothing to do with actually touching the market. The vast majority of that was all done, like Dr. V saying, we're at stage 3 here, and you don't even need to have touched you have not needed to put a single dollar into the market yet if you're only at stage 3. Like this is all still sim stuff.
No, but even it's not sim stuff yet. Stage 3.
Actually, you're right. We're not even at sim stuff yet. We're still just defining.
I'm really not talking about money right now. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, stage 3, you don't qualify for sim, so you don't qualify for live. That's for sure. Okay, but try to identify going through these stages together this morning. Where am I in my journey? Because there's no pressure to have. If you have, you're at stage 3 and your rules are still not clear, okay? There's no performance or stress or nothing there. It's just writing down a recipe first, okay? And then that's also a stage that you will come back to, because when we go to the next one, stage 4, so stage 4 is testing the recipe and repetition, meaning that you need to back test your strategy with historical data. So you go far left and then you test your strategy and you start sim trading now for forward testing.
I love that.
When you are sim trading the exact recipe that you put on stage 3, okay? But you do it the same way each time. Very important. And then doing that, every 20 trades, you assess your performance or the strategy performance, actually. Okay? If you execute correctly the recipe, it's the recipe, right? So you can come back then to stage 3 and add or modify or remove some rules. based
Well, a
on
big part of early development is going to be bouncing back and forth between 3 and 4.
yeah. So stage 4, sim trading comes. And I mean, I hear, oh, I don't take it seriously. It's not, I mean, there's nothing attached to it, so I don't see the point. And sim trading, your brain doesn't make a difference between sim and live for the process. Okay? Your brain, it's the same environment for the brain. What you do in sim, what you do live. If you do random stuff in sim that doesn't make sense, you are building pathways in your brain that you will repeat in live, especially if your first trade of the day is a losing one. So make sure that you practice perfect in sim. Very important. And again, you don't qualify to make money yet. Put that somewhere in your brain, highlight it. Money is not there, okay? You are trading. A trader takes trades. It's not a trader makes money. A trader takes trade. If I have a bakery and I sell cakes, when I'm trying to bake a cake, am I thinking, oh, how much money I'm gonna make with this cake? Okay, so I wonder like, oh, how much money, yeah, I'm gonna sell today. Like, no, I'm baking the cake. I'm doing the thing. Like, I'm not focusing on the money that the cake will give me. Or if I'm sitting down with a client at the clinic, I'm not gonna, for the whole session, like focus on, oh yeah, at the end of the session, I'm gonna make that much money. So this week I'm gonna have 10 clients. So that, no, I'm listening. I'm doing my job, you know, I'm talking with them. Why money is so much on our minds when it comes to trading?
That is so correct. I mean, it's just wild. You're getting all of that different concept into there like that, putting all of this work in it. And the reality is if you're thinking, you're losing, right? Like the more you think in trading, the more you're losing. It's very reactionary. It's muscle memory. Like I've said before, it's more like being an Olympian or like being a professional baseball player or a professional hockey player. Like if they're out there and they're thinking about, okay, in order to skate, my right foot has to go here, my left foot has to go here, my right foot has to go here, my left foot, which is how I skate, by the way. My right foot has to go here, my left foot has to go there while holding, their stick and, and they're like doing that. And now, okay, there's a puck. Where's the puck? Okay. And they're a guy that's going to check me, right? Like, I mean, like there's like no, there's no way you're going to be a professional hockey player if you are still going through all of the small mechanical things that are required to do. It needs to be. And going back to the sim comment, if you cannot stay focused enough to perform and behave well in sim, you will not do it with real money. Okay? I'm sorry. If you do not have the self-control and the composure to adult up a little bit and say, hey, in order for me to get here, I have to do this. It's like having your eighth grader, which I have, come up to you and say, I don't understand why I need to like do algebra. I mean, it's like you gotta do algebra because you gotta do algebra. Like these are the things you gotta understand in order to progress forward, like moving on, right? So, but if you can't go through sim and you can't create the results in sim that you want, you will not you will not create results you could not create in sim live. That's not gonna ever happen.
And if you find yourself impatient and saying to yourself, oh, I don't want to trade in sim, like this sucks, like that's not a good mindset. You will lose your money if you are impatient. Any time in this process, in these stages, it's not a good idea to go live. Please.
In general, the market is designed for impatient people. That's who it wants. Like, please bring your impatience and your money. The market is so happy to see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a job. It's a normal job that you need to learn in at least 3 years. Okay. You need, like every job, you need some learning curve. You need to learn. You need to have mistakes. It needs to hurt. Okay. I'm sorry. Trading hurts a lot.
Sure does.
Please learn from it. Because the fake, oh, I made a mistake, so I guess I'm learning. Are you really learning from that mistake? Like, make sure you actually learn from mistakes. Very important. And if you find yourself thinking too much, it's because you're not ready yet to sim trade, because maybe your rules are not clear enough. So you get yourself like overwhelmed with thoughts because it's not mechanical enough. You doubt yourself too much.
Or maybe you haven't actually taken the time to develop the skill you need, right? So a lot of you want to get in and you're going to jump straight onto a sim and then learn to tape read while you're sim trading. That's not going to happen, right? You can either focus on your risk management and your money, or you can focus on learning how to tape read. You can't do both of those things at the same time, right? Like if you want to learn how to read volume and price, right? I wouldn't trade. I would sit there all day with your hand, not taking trades, reading candle movement, reading price movement, reading volume and price. Take a couple weeks, take a month. Like, what's the rush? You know what I mean? Like, get in there and actually learn, because the reason, you feel so uncomfortable about which direction the market's going because you can't read market direction yet. So, but you're going to put money in the market without being able to read market direction because you want to build a strategy. Well, how can you build a strategy if you can't read market direction, right? You have to build your requisite skills, right? These are like prereqs in college, right? These are just things you need to know and have sorted out. And most importantly, the stuff V talks about with the performance aspect. What you're getting here, actually, what you haven't noticed, is a step-by-step performance metric. Right? If you do these things and you focus and you take the you out of it, right? Take the variable out. You're the variable, right? And do this stuff. You will be amazed at how much faster you will progress through this journey.
Yeah. And I saw somewhere in the chats, somebody saying focus on R's the first month. I would not advise to do so. What you need to focus on is your win rate in following the rules. Ours is an outcome. You don't think about outcome. You think about performing. Again, I was having a discussion yesterday with a trader, 40 years of experience, former pit trader. Money was never on his mind. Money was a byproduct of his trading. Okay? The way you trade, there's nothing about outcome. I'm not taking a trade because of an outcome. I'm taking a trade because I should take that trade. That's it. So stop with your R's, with your money focus and saying, oh, sim sucks because it's not real. So it means you are money focused. And it's exactly what the markets want from you. So you can resist all these stages all you want. It's just gonna hurt more.
Okay? Or you won't make it. I mean, or you're not gonna make it. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, so the stuff we're giving here, and a little tough love for everybody, because every now and again, that's my job. But these aren't like, these stages aren't optional, right? Like Dr. V isn't giving you a presentation here on optional material for everybody, right? This is like real stuff. Every single trader that I know, that I've worked with, that I've been around, including myself, has had to, you've had to wade through the razor blade filled bog of what these stages are. It hurts, it's uncomfortable, it takes way longer than you want it to. It can be rigorous, it can be boring, right? And yeah, but guess what? That's what college is, right? You go to college, it's rigorous, it's boring. You got to do all this stuff you don't want to do. It takes a really, really long time. You push forward. Then when you come out, you get money, right? So, but if you go and I almost said half a bad word. If you go in there and you only do part of the work or develop part of the skills, you're going to get a zero outcome in this. You won't get part of the outcome. You'll get zero of the outcome because the market demands perfection. It doesn't just let you get away with being like loose on this stuff.
Again, perfection, we need to be careful with that word. It doesn't require perfection, but it requires mechanics.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And somebody's
mechanical execution.
Mechanical, like execution, same thing, always. And somebody's saying ours as two sides, right? It's risk and reward. So totally true. Okay. So for the R, the stop loss, okay, the risk side of it, the investment side of it, okay, you need to have the same risk across your trades when you're starting. Okay. Kind of the same risk also to assess your performance, because if you size in on some trades but not others, then it's difficult for you to have an idea of the performance. And also you should need to know how much money you're willing to risk on a single trade and in a single day, in a single week, in a single month. That's how it works in prop firms. Okay.
100.
Don't let you like decide like, oh, today I'm going to risk $500 per trade. And this week, oh, I can lose $2,000. It's okay. No, I mean, you have a max loss per week, per day, per month. And if you reach that max, you're done. Protect your asses, please. Okay. So thank you for that. There's another side to the R thing. Stage 5.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think in the beginning, the really thing that you really need to focus on is just making sure you don't lose too much. Capital preservation should be your primary goal. But the R thing can be very restrictive on the process side, on the profit side. Like, definitely control how much you lose, but why control how much you win? I mean, if you hit a really big trade, why not let it keep going? If there's a technical level, let's say you've identified a very obvious location where you've seen buying before. Let's say you're looking back on a larger chart. Why not go for it? You know what I mean? And you just have a reason to get out, mechanical, right? Like, this is where it works. I just really love the idea of just eliminating as much of this, actually as much of this as possible while I'm trading. And what do I mean by this? I mean me, right? Like I've put all the effort in developing it. I am now the input output mechanism for making this happen. So, but how do you figure out if you're doing it right? Well, stage 5.
So stage 5 is going back to the lab with your results. So you need to have at least 20 trades, sample size, okay? And then you go back to the lab and you analyze the data. Very important. So at that stage, you might come back to stage 4 or stage 3, okay? And even stage 2 sometimes. But yeah, you need to have a couple of trades before you go to stage 5. Now stage 6. It's really like, it's an experiment. Also, I like that. I put it there because there's no pressure. You're just experimenting a strategy. So why being so stressed about losing or winning that trade? It's an experiment. You're testing something.
Yeah, a very scientific method, I think, can be very useful here, right? Which is, you're just creating a hypothesis, test the hypothesis, review the outcome, generate a new hypothesis, test the hypothesis, generate an outcome, rinse, wash, repeat, right? And you just keep doing it over and over again until you find the information you're looking for. You know what I mean? Or find out that what you're trying to do is not valid at all. Sometimes that's the best part of this whole thing. You try it for 2 or 3 months and the result is it does not work. Right now, that's a big part of this, especially for, strategy hopping. Don't spend too much time. I mean, if you get 3 months in or 6 months in and it's not happening, it may be time to crumple up the paper and get back to the drawing board, and try and revise, the DSM-5 version of being crazy, right, is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So we certainly don't want to go crazy in the trading process, do we? So.
Speaking of mechanical, so I'm short CL, okay, since 1140.
Oh, what did you do? I heard a look at me, and you were actually doing something with it, I see.
So I took this trade because CL lost a monthly support that I had. We are below my 4-hour downtrend, And the CAMS is calling a lower range narrow pivot for a potential S4 breakdown. So I'm in this potential S4 breakdown because of the bearish sentiment that I have from losing my support and my being still inside of my downtrend on the 4-hour chart.
Yeah, it reads as a sell right now to me, volume wise as well. So I think it looks pretty good.
So target would be S6, so above S6, so 61.32 or something.
Today for me is a rare no trade day. I had a lot of stuff going on, some of it fairly emotional. So I decided today would not be a good day for me to interact with the market. So I elected to just take a no trade day today.
Yeah, that's the smart decision. Not every day is a trade day, and we have to remember that. Also, what you can do, I mean, somewhere like when you're along the way and you're doing great, is also have maybe some rules for yourself. Maybe you don't have to trade every day. Maybe you made enough money the 2, 3 first days of the week, so you can take the 2 other days off. You know, like capital protection days are very important. I have a trading buddy. When he has a winning week and it's Friday, he doesn't trade on Friday. It's the Capital Protection Friday.
I love it.
So, okay, so stage 7. So now stage 7, there's 8 stages, and you only go live at stage 7. Okay, and stage 6 requires a long time because it's always getting a big enough sample and not the analysis of the data, going back to stage 5 or 4 or 3, coming back to stage 5, then 6, going, you see, so it takes a long, long time. So the first 6 stages are gonna be I mean, they're taking a lot of time. Okay, you need to be patient. If you do it correctly, yes, it's gonna require time and patience. But I promise you that when you go live, you will already have your mechanical brain, the trader brain, executing correctly. Don't think about size. Enter a trade with this, like, just enter a trade, right? See it working. See it, how does it work? And then you can put more size to it, maybe a $50 risk to start or a $25 risk, just to see how you execute in the live environment. Because you don't care about the outcome. You don't worry about that, because some people will ask me also, yeah, but if it's only a $5 risk trade, then it's not as important for me, so I'm not gonna care about that trade and I will be over trading. It means you are money focused.
Yeah, it means you're not ready to be a trader yet. I mean, if that's what you're thinking, like it's just not going to happen. Like if you at any point in time you're making an excuse of I can't do a thing because of a thing, this is not good, right? So, and this is like one of those, and I've had this happen many times. It's when people talk about sim or they talk about trading with small capital. They're like, yeah, but there's not enough skin in the game for me. And I'm like, well, if you can't control yourself and keep composure, when there's no money, because I guess you're like, I don't know, you're just not seeing the value. I'm going to argue with you that when the real money is on the line, I don't think your emotional control is going to hold up. And I think the amount of importance to you is going to be so overwhelming that you will do things, if you're not detached enough from money to not care about making it, you're certainly not detached enough from it to risk it. You know what I mean? And in order to be able to risk your money the way we risk money, $200, $300, $500 at a time, you know what I mean? And be able to do that without batting an eye, you know what I mean? Without triggering yourself and getting all of that, you have to really detach yourself from outcomes very significantly. If not, it's just going to beat you up over and over again.
Totally. So again, shifting, it's a brain shift. So you attach value to the money side of a trade. Now you shift that value to the process. Hence why I talked about what is your win rate to following your rules. That is the important metrics. Shift your value beliefs to the process, to your execution, to your behaviors, to your sexy little losing trades. Sexy, like losing is sexy, guys. Okay, that's the new thing. It's not winning. I can post winning trades all day. Okay, I don't care. It doesn't mean anything. Making money in the markets is easy. Keeping it is not.
So you're saying we've got a lot of sexy people in here because I know we're losing trades. So everybody, you've heard it here first. Best Loser Does Win, Razorback. Great book and so true. But you've heard it here first, people. Losing sexy. So change your mentality.
Yeah, losing means you're protecting your capital. Losing means you're actually respecting the rules. Okay? And I get it. Okay? Losing stinks. It hurts when we were wrong about the trade, when we lost some money on the trade. Okay? It's not fun. I'm not saying you should be in love with it, but it's a probabilistic environment. And until you get that into your brain, because profitability is not winning every day. Okay? It's making more money than losing money. But you will lose. Yesterday, I had 2 losers on NQ. This morning, I tried an S4 breakdown on NQ, stopped out at the open. Okay, so I had 3 losers in 2 days. But I had a very big trade the other day, like a very big trade. I'm very happy, okay? That washed off all these little paper cut losses. And now I'm in CL. CL might turn around and stop me out, okay? But I'm doing the same thing each time. Because I know with my data that it works more than it doesn't when it works, okay? So I think last month my win rate was like 52% or something, but I have a profit factor of 3. Okay, so it's not the win rate. It's not a good win rate, you know? And I think the month before was 48 something. Like, who cares about that?
Yeah, I oscillate between a 40% and like a 60 to 70% on my best months to a 40% on my worst months. But I have a 4 times multiplier when I win, right? So I can absolve many losing, I get 2 winners. I can toast 3 or 4 losers in a heartbeat with that. Right. So it's not that's a big fallacy that a lot of you think you're going to get to money by taking lots of trades and by getting in and getting out very fast and doing all it's actually kind of not the way it works. It's really the least trades you take, the longer you hold when you're winning. These are the things that really end up making money, having a good reward versus your losses. And then you can actually survive with you have a 40% hit rate, like no big deal. And the best part about this is scaling is a thing. Right? Once you are consistent, once you are green, it doesn't matter if you average 1 R a day. If you're averaging 1 R a day, then you're making money. You know what I mean? If you're 1 times your risk, you're making money. It's green. You know what I mean? It's scaling after this is how we get there, not over trading. You don't ever try to make 20 Rs a day or 30 Rs a day taking 15 trades. That's never going to happen. Never is a strong word. Very unlikely that's going to happen.
On the long run, it's difficult to sustain. And
so much work.
Yeah, it's always the long run. So now, yeah, it's almost noon. I have to go. So stage 8, okay, is growing. We always grow. Last week, I made a horrible mistake, okay? I bounced back, but still, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm getting my ass spanked from time to time, especially by NQ, of course. But
so rude, NQ.
I know.
So rude.
So yeah, okay, growing. It's never a linear, continuous journey. It's what is certain in trading is that you will always learn and grow. So thank you so much for being with us today. And I will go to my Back to the Futures lunch session now.
Back to the Futures. Thank you so much, Dr. V, for the amazing presentation. We appreciate you so much. We'll see you next Wednesday. Everybody likes, loves, subscribes. Make sure you get by the Dr. V's social media and say hi. And if you guys need anything, let us know. Have a great one. Much love. Talk to you soon.